Go, it said. We're live.
Go! I like that it says go.
Yeah.
Like it shoots you out of a cannon, you know?
Into the stream.
Yeah, where are we supposed to go?
I don't know, but I always have a problem with playing music because I never know what it actually sounds like to the audience. It's like, is it really loud? Is it too quiet or whatever? Someone's doing like a slow fade out.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Ugh.
Oh my god. I was up with a sick kid.
Oh no.
John, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Dude, I had to take my cat to get her teeth cleaned yesterday. Dropped her off like first thing in the morning, like 8 a.m. And then she had to stay there all day. They shaved both legs because I guess they couldn't find a good vein. And then they had to remove a tooth on this side, do all the cleaning. So she was knocked out, of course.
Oh,
and we pick her up and she's just like, like drooling and shit.
I know. I love that. I love when I get my cat from the vet and they have to knock him out and he's just like, although the last time he pissed himself, it was really bad.
Yikes. Oh yeah, last time I pissed myself. It was pretty good.
I mean, you sort of do that anyway. Like that's
why I like it. We got Art Cast in the chat. Good to see you. Super Mario Brothers. Good morning. P&P Custom Figs. Reed Duchess, one of the OGs. Mickle Stapler, also an OG. Tristan, I believe, definitely from the early days. Rabbit McGavin, an early boy. Frankie Rivera, been here for a while. I can't do this anymore. I don't know. Sai, we're going to pretend like this is your first time ever. All about the villains. Gilglipper, which is the sound my cat made yesterday when her mouth was numb. Systagy, which is a
studio.
Supersonic. What's the DG stand for? I don't know. We already talked about you. Toy Stalker. Wow, we have an entire business in the chat. Thank you for being here. Use code HouseHatter to take money away from him. Huh?
A business showed up. That's crazy.
Yeah. Remember to shop there and use code HouseHatter to take money out of his pocket and make him regret ever giving near that code. Devin Decker, the encyclopedia of knowledge of all things pop culture. If you ever need any help, reach out to this man. It's Jay Gonzo. Good morning. Good to see you. Cougar McGillicuddy. I feel like this is the first time I've seen you in our chat. But I feel like he's a regular in Geek Dad Life.
Cougar McGillicuddy?
Yeah. Cougar McGillicuddy. You know. He's always saying that.
John, why are you so surprised we have new people?
Because last stream we played video games and people didn't care. Dust Tapes. Frankie.
I cared.
We've talked about these people. Tokadat Razar. Wasted Space with Brock Hauser. Undisputed Aquarian Champ. I like that. Mr. Crispix, good to see you. It's a local feller. Robot Reviews, aka Robo. Don't know.
Okay, Robo. People don't know that's Robo's burner account.
Yeah. He's just not a very creative guy.
No.
He's like, they'll never know if I put a T at the end.
He's like, what if I call myself Robot?
Just Alan, good to see you. Good afternoon. Jake Casta, Iwan. Look, all these people. I can't keep up because people are going to keep showing up. Last time I looked, it was 75. There's 80 people. Let me just thank you all.
You did good, John.
Now shut up so we can talk to each other. No, I'm just kidding.
You did a good job.
Oh man, it's the part that it takes the most energy out of you. I don't know how Jay does that because he has a lot of people when he first starts because he's always 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
Let's go through the chat.
John, if you were gonna write a toy, if you were gonna do a toy beef rap about Jay, what would we like? We could talk about like what can we say? What are the because when you I've seen 8 Mile. I probably watched that movie once a year.
That's your inspiration this morning for your look.
That's my yes. Yeah. Also, I don't feel good, but yeah, it's like you gotta find the cracks in the person. So if you
Yeah.
have to do one on J, like GDL, like what would be your way in? Do you think? Like, what
Um,
would you attack? Like, what are the things that you'd be
well,
like,
yeah, I
okay,
would
these are
definitely
the
have to
keys.
say live starts at 9, but I'm never on time.
That's a good one. All right, so he's constantly
Yeah.
late. That goes in the list,
Yeah.
right?
It took me 3 years to figure out it should be called Geek Dad Live.
Wait, is it technically called Geek Dad Live?
So he's got Geek Dad Life is the name of the channel,
Uh-huh.
and then he had what is it called? Toy Addicts? No, no.
Yeah, no, because this shit is not called like what is it called?
It's I listened to the podcast with him and Toy Geeks. Sorry,
Toy Geeks,
him
yeah,
and
that's
Dan.
right.
So he's got Toy Geeks was the name of his live show, but all he does is live stuff. He basically doesn't even do reviews anymore. But he's like, yeah, but what do I do? I gotta call it Geek Dad Life. I gotta call it Toy. I already forgot Toy Geeks because that's I need the name of the live show,
Right.
and I think pretty confident because a very smart man who comes up with great names, Ryan Dole said, just call it Geek Dad Live.
Right.
And then
Ryan Dole is kind of a genius when it comes to like just cutting through the chaff and just finding he's real good at that.
yeah.
Even though he's not in this chat to appreciate that fucking comment.
Damn it. We just wasted our time. But
Yeah.
those are a couple things that I would think of. I would need a little more time to come up with some other stuff, but that's off
I
the
think
top of my
you
noggin.
can also use how like he never has time to hang out. You can turn that
That's more
into
personal though.
but that it's your personal rap beef against him,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, isn't that the thing? He's also like oppressively a family man. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like there's people that like okay, if you have a family, you're like a family man, but like he's like one of these people that like and I love him, but he's like one of these people that like you're constantly reminded that he's a family man. Like you can't hang out or talk to him without my family, my family, my family, you know, it's always about his family. It's like we get it. We get your family, you have responsibilities, you
Yeah.
have a wife, you have kids, this and that, you know. I hope that I'm not like
Well, it's
that I
crazy
don't
because
come,
like
you know,
that's
come off that way.
you he's got plus one more child than you do, but you both have the same stuff: the job, the channel, kids,
Right.
and a
Right.
wife. So you get a whole family, all that stuff in there, and you somehow find time to do a lot of stuff. It's weird.
That's what I'm saying. He's constantly like consumed with family. Like he has like a it's in-laws. My wife is this. The two kids in the baseball game and this and the you know it's just like can you loosen your schedule up just a little bit? Can you just do something for you? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It's
Well, he
always
goes to a lot of toy shows, so I think he finds the excuses to do his own thing that other people aren't around.
right.
That makes sense. So Michael Stapler said do a diss track in the view of Hall and Oates, and then you two decide who's who. Um, yeah, that's a good one. What song would you go with?
Oh,
Just do a
it has to be a
it's a
do
Hall
diss
and Oates
track in the
song, but
view of
yeah.
Hall and Oates. How can you do a diss track in
Well, you would just
oh
copy one of their songs and change the lyrics. That's like your whole thing.
yeah, right. Like well what are their songs? They got
Uh,
Private Eyes.
oh,
Private
here
Eyes.
he comes. It's 9:05. He's right on time. Oh, here he comes.
He's a fucking nerd. I got to work on that one. Either that one or you know, Private Eyes. Private what can I turn in what can I turn Private Eyes to? I don't know, John. Okay, my brain's not working. I have a sick
Watching
toddler,
you,
okay? Speaking of
watching your
family.
every move. Private eyes, they're watching you. Yeah.
I like your little like move forward.
That's how you know it's a banging song.
Yeah, it's banging. Controversial toys right here. Remember, for 29 months, MHR. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Controversial toys. So much
It's a lot of
controversy.
months.
And a controversial $10. Split this with Johnny Bravo.
That's not how it works.
I will split. I'll send it to him. Thanks, buddy. Um, have they
Time
named
eater.
what happened?
Time eater.
Time eater. See, he's a time eater. Devin Decker, you can't use my real name.
Yeah, there were many months of us doing lives where, and one time off air, I'd be like, "Do you care if I say Near online?"
I don't give a shit.
It's one of those things where like we've just become our channel names.
Guys, my name is Near. Okay, you can use my name. Okay, let's face it, Hatter is a silly name, but it's the thing that everybody calls me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and people will know this name for sure once this well, a lot of scripts. There is a real one, but also the the what did we call him?
What?
Jimmy Tatsu.
Jimmy
The story of
yeah,
Jimmy
that's right.
Tatsu.
Yeah, Jimmy Tatsu. John, I think of Jimmy Tatsu all the time. I'll be very honest. Like, I should, like, sometimes when I'm just sitting down, just writing my own crap that I should be just writing, and because I'm,
Yeah.
delayed or like, just behind, I think of the billboard with Jimmy Tatsu and teenage Arukusaki, and they're just hanging out. And, I just love it. I just want to see their adventures. I just want to see them. I just want to see like an episode where it's just like, hey, like, we gotta, I don't know, we gotta go get a kid's bike or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, I love it.
Yeah, dude. I it's really important to me. It's one of those things too that could like help people pay attention and notice, because you could turn it into something and it's like, well, yeah, maybe I can't make a profit off of this thing. I can do a fan made film or whatever, but if the story is good enough, then people, can get the right attention. But this morning I saw Sir Dork posted a picture of the Pacific Rim Jaeger in a city that he put together, a little dial thing, and all I could think about this morning was that the story of that guy in the boat on the shipping
Yes, that's right.
container or whatever on the boat. He's
The
like,
captain of the
or
flipboard
just,
shipping container.
well, that guy. That's a different thing. This
Which one
is
are you
if you
talking about?
remember, we were talking about we were looking at the Pacific Rim figure, and
Oh,
the
yes.
guy that's just overnight working, his whole story is being told, and it's really about him like trying to be a better person and like make amends with his daughter on the phone or whatever.
Right,
And
right.
during basically the last third of the movie, this like tsunami comes in, washes the boat up. It's in the city, and he's like, getting flooded in there, and he's trying to figure out what to do. And he calls that, and leaves that last message, and then that's when it cuts. You see from inside still. You see him getting kind of shooken around. It's like, oh, what's going on? Is there another tsunami or something? And it lifts up, and then it cuts to the Jaeger just
Right,
smashing that kaiju.
right.
And that's the end
Because
of the movie.
we're agreed that
Yes.
there's no possible way he survives. If you're on that ship and a Jaeger uses you as a weapon
Right.
to hit kaiju, you're
Yes.
not surviving. There's no possible way. So he's dead for sure.
He's dead for sure. Yeah. This
Dude,
is
that's
a
such a
this is a
good.
loose tie-in movie, but
Yes.
it would also be where there's like he's on the ship, there's a radio playing in the background while he's like talking or doing calls or whatever. And if you really paid attention, you'd have to like really listen hard and go, oh no, if you go back and listen to the part where the radio's playing, there's somebody like on like a news alert talking about like the kaiju's attacking the city and stuff. But it's just so kind of in the background that nobody really knows it's there until you
Right, right.
rewatch it.
It's like little hints to
Yes.
like to oh my god. It's Chad, if you don't know what we're talking about, the sum up, I'll just give you like the quick elevator pitch. Was that Johnny and I were talking about basically a drama where you follow a father who's kind of like his life has kind of gone wrong, and it follows him for one day where he's trying to kind of like make his life better, He's trying to maybe reconcile with his ex-wife because, like the problems that they've had, reconcile with his daughter, figure out why his life went wrong, figure out what's going on with his job. Maybe he's got a little bit of a drinky drink problem, and then he, at the end of the movie, kind of fixes his issues, or comes to, like, has a kind of come to Jesus moment. And he's a boat captain, and he gets onto his ship and he calls his daughter. And then we realize that it's that scene in Pacific Rim where the Jaeger gets the boat and hits the kaiju with it, and you realize that this is a Pacific Rim movie. It's just an extension, but it's just following that one guy through like an hour and a half, but you don't know until the very end, and you're like, oh my god, Pacific Rim. And that's it. It's like a Sundance movie for an hour and 59 minutes, and then the last minute it's it's so stupid.
It's
that
the
I
best
love
thing,
it.
though. Yeah, and if the story is written well, then it doesn't matter. And at the end, it's just like what the, I was not expecting that kind of thing. It's a tie-in for no reason, really.
Oh my god, it's one of those things that makes me happy.
As far as this person ordering a CT figures, assume, I don't know, probably from AliExpress or whatever, because they're all over there, like $20. Anybody that's looking for like a brown suit Wolverine or even regular color Wolverine, you're looking for Spider-Man figures, CT toys, like $20. These things are stellar. They're like as good as Mafex. And then the brown suit Wolverine, CT Toys is making an accessory update so you can have Helverine, where he's got his flame claws and
I saw that.
Oh my god, it's great. I need to get on that. But
what happened
just to regard or to reply to the not accepting packages, that was all resolved. I mean, details excluded. That was all resolved within hours. So anybody that heard they weren't taking packages, they are now packing. Yeah, it's no problem.
Yes. Yeah, I know there's a lot of talk, obviously, about the packages and stuff like that. Here's my advice, everybody. Wait until the sky is falling before you say that the sky is falling. You know what I mean? Like, let's wait.
Yeah.
And trust me, I have like these flip boards I got to ship after Chinese New Year. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to get shipped because I can't pay the storage fees to keep them over there. So
Right.
they're getting shipped anyway. But we'll see. I don't know. What like tariffs and all this shit. People are going to get their shit because we live in 2025 and people need their shit. So but I just let it roll off me, Jonathan. Okay?
Speaking of the wait for the sky to burn to tell people the sky's burning or whatever you said, I like what I said, even if it's not what you said. Wait until the sky is burning until you tell people the sky is burning. You can warn them that it might burn soon. But there was somebody yesterday, people were sharing stuff about Mondo through DHL, getting fees and all that stuff. And then it's like the more you look into it, these people are just seeing a thing and then resharing it. Some guy in the Mondo group on Facebook like shared it and talked about it as if this was his experience. And then the comments, people were like, oh, what did you order or whatever? And that's shipping from Japan. Mondo doesn't ship from Japan. And he's like, oh, I just saw it somewhere else and shared it. And it's just like, you idiot. You just saw an image, shared a thing, said a thing, pretended. I mean, maybe not intentionally pretended that it was his, because he did clarify. But it's also like, well, it's coming from Japan. It's DHL. And you don't know anything about it. So it was all bullshit, fake news, essentially, that just was, just wait for it to burn. And then
let's just see. Yeah. Let's just see. I don't know. That's my.
I mean, it will burn, but just wait for it.
It will burn. Flipmore. I got to do something with Flipmore. Flipmore. I had a conversation with controversial toys about that. Do you guys collect Transformers at all? Hasbro just announced. What does that say?
Lyle Kaiser
HasLab. I collect them here and there. I actually just got the Galvatron, but mostly just like 86 the 1986 line. I would love to get into something like Masterpiece, but I gotta, I gotta make cuts. But I did get Galvatron. No, you don't get any Transformers, right?
Mm-mm. No, I think one day I'll get into it when I see the right thing. It's not going to be like a Target, Walmart kind of thing. It'll end up being one of those that just, you know.
Tokudat Razor with the super chat. Thank you, sir. $2 USD for my dude Hatter Laser. Who? Did I crack that fucking loser open? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that guy thinks he's you know what the problem is with like a dude like Laser Pants is like when you hang out, I've worked in Hollywood, John, you know what I mean? So I sometimes hang out with people that hang out with other big shots and then they think they're a big shot. You know what I
Oh,
mean? It's like,
yeah.
I know
So you're
like I
saying
know
that Laser Pants is the friend of the guy who thinks he's a big shot because he hangs out with big shots. So
right,
he's like
exactly.
3 deep.
Exactly.
He's like,
Exactly. It's like,
okay.
I hang out. Oh, I know this guy, and it's like, first of all, the guy that you think is a big shot isn't even a big shot. Okay, we're all just toy people. All right, no fucking big shots here. All
Yeah.
right, but that dude, it's fun. It was fun to just take the starch out of that stuffed suit. You know what I mean? Because he just like walks around this fucking air of like a little bit of superiority. And by the way, I was not the one that did the rap on him. I outsourced. If you watch that video, I outsourced it to another guy to
Yeah.
do it.
It
I
was
thought
like
he did a
a,
fine job. I would change a few lyrics around. I would focus on a few other things. I thought he did okay. He was cheap.
yeah, it was,
I
yeah.
mean, real cheap. So
What do
I
you
just
get? What do you expect from Fiverr?
I got him on Fiverr. Dude, I would love to go on Fiverr and like sell like, hey, if you need rap beefs, if you need, I'll come up with a rap. It could. You know who I see doing that? A lot of corporate people, but trying to do like cute
Yeah.
ones. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Roger in the office. Can you? Here's the things that he's always decorating his cubicle with little tchotchkes. Can you talk about? And I just do like a rap, like like just on that or whatever.
Yes.
Dude, corporate. That could be. Has that been done? Like corporate rap beefs for hire?
Please start it. Please.
Yo, Janice, you're always in the coffee room. Just take it. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, you're not getting paid right now. Don't expect greatness without getting paid.
Exactly. But anyway, yeah, I fucking
Denise, whatever.
Joke. He drops the mic.
That'll be
Dude,
$50.
I could totally see, and that's how you know that that rap is truly just like dead. Is like rap beef is dead because like if it goes corporate. Oh my God! Can I tell you something?
Stupid dishwashing commercial. Like Clorox or some shit.
Seen that.
And it's like a guy is rapping, and then you have these two just generic white people in the video, and the guy's like, put the thing into the water, and it's just like,
oh, dude, can I tell you?
Tell me.
I had to do. So I have to. My day job is like corporate stuff. I had to do one of these like they're making us do like these compliance tests.
Yeah.
Okay. I did the lamest test that's all about like business ethics, like or not business ethics, but like don't leave security breaches. If you leave your computers and like how people could get into like security breaches or whatever shit. And so it was the late. Usually it's just like a test, like answer questions and then you're done. This one made it a game, right? And the game was called Danger Zone. You can't make this up. And it goes, and basically you picked a character, and there was a maze, like chutes and ladders, and you had to every time you answered a question about security, he would move your character, and you had to get the end place that you had to get your character to was to your desk to lock your computer before people or thieves got into your thing for the security breach. And it was the lamest thing. I had to answer like 20 fucking questions, but the MIDI that played throughout the whole
Oh.
test was Highway to the Danger Zone. And so it was like, but the thing is, it could only do the highway to the danger, and then it would start over. And it took me
Fuck.
5 minutes because I had so many questions to answer. So it was driving me mad. And I just kept on thinking, like, I would love to find a way to call Paramount and find a way to copyright strike these guys, because I'm positive they have no permission to use the MIDI for
Right.
for that. I'm positive they did it without. It was infuriating. And my wife actually came in like at minute 3, and she's like, "What the fuck are you listening to on repeat? Like, did you?" She thought I fell asleep. I'm like, no, I can't fast forward this thing. It was the lamest. People that make corporate videos and corporate games and corporate are the lamest. It's the lamest job and the lamest culture ever.
That has me thinking now about those people, because I'm thinking when you started the story, it's like, man, whoever that was, they're like, I guess you got to come up with something. We got to try to make it at least fun for ourselves or whatever. And it's just like people our age obviously making that because that reference, but it's just like, yeah, I feel I think I just feel bad for those people, because like their skill is creating training videos. Like they know how to do the animations, program the codes, create the, all that back end stuff. And then they're going to have a front end guy that like designs the stuff. Then you have to come up with these ideas and pitch meetings with the company and come up with like, all right, well, this is what we're thinking for your all security thing. We could either do this one here, or we could do this one here. It's like, or does somebody on your corporate side go, we're thinking Highway to the Danger Zone, like the Kenny Loggins song. You know what? If we could get that song, and then it just becomes more about that than the training.
I think that's where it comes from. It's like just like lame corporate assholes trying to like try their hand at being like creative and cute. You know what I mean? Because there probably is a way where you can do things in like a fun, creative kind of like, way, but it just comes off so shitty. It's so dumb. It's not worth it. Just ask us your lame security questions and let me move on with my life. Having to get the guy to the fake computer was fucking infuriating.
Yeah, and nothing like staying on theme with like having a maze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck you and your maze.
Done the Matrix.
Let's just keep going through right here. Toka Dat Razor gifting 10 memberships.
It's a lot of
Rep
membership.
hard for the MHR. Let's go through it real quick, John. We got White Vegeta here. Okay, we got It's Jay Gonzo. We got Gerb Hearts. You got Aaron Paulson. Hey, yo, Frankie is here. You got Joey M. Hey, Joey M, you got a fucking, he makes the best fucking salami sandwiches. You got Gage Bullock. Say hello to Sandra, your sister, or maybe wife. I don't know. Keanu Leaves. I love that. It's the second time I've heard that name. It's the funniest. Will Schmidt and DJ Hellhammer. Thank you, everybody. Video Power Gaming with the $4.99. I love the adventures of Jimmy Tatsu. By the way, John, Video Power Gaming, big supporter of the channel, loves Jimmy Tatsu and Haruku Saki. Yeah. So his enthusiasm overrides that other dude who was like getting real serious and trying to tell us, that like there was a dude, just so everybody knows. I'm not going to trash him completely, but he was very adamantly against the idea of Jimmy Tatsu and teenager Haruku Saki. He was like, guys, I don't think logistically, I think that you have to understand that you have to kind of spotlight their descent into like brutality and crime and criminality, and like I think that you're not addressing that. He tried to do like, he tried to treat us like we were trying to make like Batman Begins. or some shit
Right.
like where we clearly are trying to do like a tongue-in-cheek thing. He was just not with it. Okay.
No, he wasn't. And he had his own short story film on his YouTube channel from 9 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. When you have a short story film on your YouTube channel, you got holy shit, we got a giant super chat right here. $49.99 from TDK Bar. Holy Lord. I assume this is for you, John. Hatter, it's nice of you to help tubers get a leg up. Johnny owes you his career. And now this rap, you're a good egg, Hatter. Ooh. John, what do you think about that?
I guess the rap he means was the hey Charisse, you're always in the break room.
Is that the rap where I choked after one line?
Has to be it.
Well,
What else
because
is rap?
I'm not as good as Johnny Toy Beef rap. Okay,
Sweet,
I
that's
never
right.
professed to be.
No, he's
Okay,
really good.
but thank you very generous. Thank you very much, TKD Bar. I don't know. Did I say TDK Bar? TKD Bar. Thank you very much. I mean, look, there could be an argument made that I started Johnny in his career, but to me, that's basically like when Wes Craven put Johnny Depp in his movie, and then Johnny Depp just became a super. Like it's like I may have like torn. Maybe I tore the thing that started his ascension, but he has ascended on his own. I think I don't really. I ask him to consult with me before every video. He does not. I'll say that. John, I still recommend doing that, but you refuse to.
Yeah, I
But
don't see the point, but okay.
Just saying. Yes. Thank you for that, though. Hey.
Can't beat that. $50. It's a lot of money.
I mean,
and there you go. You're getting all the things today.
Hit that like button. John, did you see that thing about Moscato Bot's here in the chat? He's saying you can bang me in that maze anytime. Question for the chat: have you dudes and dudettes ever ordered from Hit Play through Amazon? High Play. Waiting my Joy Toy Krang. John, didn't you break off our lovely friend Moscato Bot with who he should be ordering this stuff from? Because who's this High Play? Who are these people?
I don't know why he used Amazon, but if you know us, we usually go. You can support Mad Hatter. What a segue. What is this, Paul Blart Mall Cop? This segue was smooth. But you can scan that QR code to go to Kowkis and order stuff and use code Madhatter-Kowkis, which is a code that he loves.
I love that code.
Or you can support me with this QR code, Nostalgia-Kowkis. Now, the promo codes that's not going to be the key to giving support to your favorite creator, by the way, on any website. The key is that you scan or use their affiliate links, just so you know. So whether it's me, him, or anybody else, promo codes don't generally matter. And also don't use honey because they steal from the creators.
John, did you see that? Speaking of creators, I just saw it, so it's on my mind.
Tell me, sweet thing.
Chat will appreciate it. Did you see that thing about Rob Liefeld?
No.
So Rob Liefeld, this is such a Rob Liefeld thing. That guy really is a dope, by the way. I a lot of respect for his former work, but like, oh my god, he just like can't like. He's just kind of a goober. He made a whole thing. I guess he didn't get invited to like some Deadpool after party or some shit. And so he went to like Variety or something. And he said that he's done working with Marvel. He's like, I'm done with Marvel Studio, Marvel the movies. And by the way, I'm not like a Marvel Studio defender. Oh my God, I love, I'm very casual when it comes to watching this stuff. It's not usually like something I get super excited about.
Don't get so defensive. The story's about Rob. I said, don't get so defensive. It's about Rob.
But yeah, he came out saying that he's not going to work with Marvel Studios again. And I just find it funny because it's like you weren't really working with Marvel Studios to begin with. I don't
Right.
think. Like, I think, like, you created properties, for you created two characters. Some would say that, some would argue that you created those characters and then other people flourished them into something that is the modern thing that you love.
Right.
Okay. And those interpretations made it into like movies. Okay. um and so, like, you're more, I look at Rob Liefeld as more like, you know what he's like? He's like the Queen of England in a way. He's like the royals in England. They don't have like a lot of power. Like, they don't have like, they can't like be like, hey, start a war with this country. Like, they can't do that. It's like that's the prime minister, but they're like a figurehead. You know what I mean? Like, so Rob
Right.
Liefeld is like a figurehead. You've got millions and millions of dollars. I think he got pretty lucky. I think and I don't say that about everybody. Like, like Jim Lee, I think like Jim Lee was always solid and was like solid all the way through. As much as I trash McFarlane, everything he did with Spawn, he did. Like
Right.
like he shaped Spawn. Spawn is his vision. Spawn is his baby. Spawn still is. Spawn was shit. And yes, other writers came in on Spawn, but the hand of Todd is you can see it. But it's like, Rob, it's like, come on, man. Like, and again, he this is like he this would never penetrate, but like, I think he got lucky kind of creating those characters way back, and then they went into better hands and better art. And then, so like, fast forward to now, okay, should they have invited you to the party, this and that? But it's like that's like the equivalent of any of us saying, "Hey, I wasn't invited to that party." It's like, and also being invited to like some dumb Hollywood after. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like it just makes you look like foolish. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the thing. This is the thing you're gonna bitches. Yeah. So he took out a whole ad being like, "I'm not gonna work with like Marvel Studios," and it's like, I mean, they don't need you anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's like, you got brought in because I assume Ryan Reynolds, like he was just throwing everything into that last movie.
yeah,
So it's
like,
like, hey, buddy, like we love what you did, and we just want to show you a little love and respect. And then he's like, I'm never working with them again. They're like, well, we kind of, all right. Okay.
yeah. And by the way, Token Razor, I just want to clarify. This is not me trusting Kevin Feige. I don't give a fuck about Kevin Feige. I don't care about anything MCU. Dude, I watch most of the stuff I watch is older movies, or I watch like A24 movies, and this is like, I'm not the target demo of like MCU, DC, this and that. I enjoy those movies when they're on. I don't seek them out. Dude, I'm like I watch Miyazaki movies. That's my lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just find it funny. It's like, where it's like a grown man is like complaining about like an after party, and like you have to make that a public thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
like you didn't go to the after party. I didn't get to the after party. It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Gives a shit about
Who
the after
cares?
party. Anyway, I just thought that was
Kind
funny.
of, yeah. It's a little sad. I'd be upset. And I would make a 10-hour channel stream about it. Super chat from the NECA King. Thank you. my first $5 of the stream, because the spendy hatter doesn't need the cash. So I don't know if I like the reason. He's just like, I got $5. That asshole doesn't need it. Here you go. Here you go.
That's
John.
true. And technically, John, give me 1 second, because my mom called twice, and that usually
Okay, answer. Always answer. Thank you, the NECA King. So anybody, by the way, he does have a YouTube channel. You can go check out the NECA King. There's some guy over on Facebook that talks about him all the time. Some guy named Dan. I don't know. He brings him up a lot. Definitely not the same person though. But go to the NECA King if you have questions about NECA's issues with shipping, the lab, they're not answering customer concerns. Just go to the NECA King because he's the king of NECA, so he's doing the deep dives. He's got all the connections. That's the guy you want to go to for answers. So just go to his videos and ask him whatever questions you got. Video Power Gaming. Hello, chat for Jonathan. We should go to board game brunch without Jay and film your rap beef battle with him. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Then we have to kind of make it on theme about, like, you know, this is the game of life. You sit at home with your wife. I don't know. That's not really a diss, is it? Thank you, by the way, for the $9.99. Appreciate that. Yes, and board game brunch is always a good thing. It's one of my favies. I guess we lost Near, so hopefully it wasn't a major thing because he totally went off camera with his mom on the phone. And that's an early call, so I hope everything's okay. I don't know if she lives California or Florida, but now I'm a little stuck on whatever could be happening there. Hello, and thank you for being here. A lot of people are dunking on Rob Liefeld, the annoying guy that got lucky that one time. Off topic, what movies are you dudes most looking forward to this year? I knew this like a couple days ago and I've forgotten. I know that I'm looking forward to oddly enough, to the Jurassic World movie because it's directed by the guy that did the 2016 Godzilla, so I know it's going to be good. What movie are you looking forward to this year, Near?
What am I looking forward to this year? Ooh.
Fantastic Four. As my
I
girlfriend
saw the
just
trailer.
whispered loudly.
I am looking forward to the Fantastic Four movie. I like that it's set in the 50s or right?
Yeah.
50s, or 60s. What else?
Well, I said, what did I say? I already forgot. Oh, Jurassic World, because the director is the guy that did the 2016.
Oh, Gareth Edwards is he's usually good.
Otherwise, I would not be interested.
Yeah, Jurassic World hasn't done much interesting stuff. I hated the sequel. Not the first Jurassic World, but the one where they started eBaying dinosaurs.
Right.
Like they had like an auction for dinosaurs. I thought I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And then was there? Oh yeah. And then dude, I can't even remember that third one. Like that third Jurassic World. That was like when the dinosaurs were loose in the world and Chris Pratt. Like I don't even.
It's like we finally get Alan Grant and what's her face?
Ellie.
Yes, Ellie Sattler, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, they try to make that scissor hands dinosaur thing. I don't think that thing was a huge threat in its when compared with like the I don't know. I look at that dinosaur. I was like, I don't think that thing was standing up to T-Rex because he was like stabbing. He was like Freddy Kruegering like the T-Rex. I was like, I don't think that that's a thing. But
no. Here's a couple movies. I'm just looking at a list online. The live action of How to Train Your Dragon. The movie, it's going to be, I think it's an Apple TV. Yeah, Apple TV movie, The Gorge. You can see
I am interested in seeing that.
28 years later.
Did Danny Boyle make it?
Oh, wow, that's a good question.
If Danny Boyle did it, then I'd watch it. I'd be interested. But if it's just kind of like a hacky,
it is Danny Boyle.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. And Aaron Taylor Johnson is he's in it. And Ralph, how do you say his last name? Fiennes? Why have I never heard his last name? The guy who plays Voldemort.
His name is actually pronounced Ralph Fiennes.
Did I just look at the? What are you talking about? Its name's okay. Well, whatever. That's probably why it didn't make sense to me. There's a lot of stuff coming out, like even the new Mission Impossible movie, but none of it is like getting me excited.
Fuck, there's another Mission Impossible movie. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's just the last one.
Isn't it broken up into like 2 pieces or something?
Oh, I thought that's what this was.
I thought like this is like part 1 of like the last movie.
Oh, maybe. Who knows, man? Fucking stupid shit.
Dude, I was watching Top Gun Maverick again like 2 days ago. That really is like the perfect movie, man.
Which one? Maverick?
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Like that movie is so fucking good.
Surprisingly, yeah. Which I think anything that he really puts his money into is going to be a good movie. That's just kind of where he's at now. Mr. Cruise, to clarify. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He's good.
I loved Oblivion, by the way, and I think that movie didn't do that well when it came out.
I love that movie, dude.
Yeah, really, really good.
That's one of the I rarely do this, but that's one of those where I downloaded the soundtrack after the movie and I just listened to it, just in my day, in my rotation or whatever. like it has such a good soundtrack. Dude, how awesome is it? Like that house in the sky, and there's like that hot tub that's like he just lives high up in the sky.
Yeah,
yeah, it's just
epic. Let's talk about Thundercats. Do you have some information? Because this is heavily on your side. Normally, I kind of run things on the visual side, but I don't have anything. Okay, these aren't vehicles. The fuck are you doing?
Sorry, John. So Thundercats is so Super7 is what the fuck is that?
Since you're talking about Toy News, the other Toy News website, they have reinvigorated my excitement for that black and white Samurai Jack from Mezco. They posted about it this morning. Oh my god, I can't wait.
The Mezco
Samurai Jack tune style.
Yeah, Samurai Jack.
Like a gray monotone, monochromatic.
Yeah, how where is Mezco right now that they're doing these like reveals? Are they what convention is that?
I don't. The post was just a photo, and that photo of that we saw at STCC. So I don't know. Okay. But I think there is something going on this weekend or now.
Yeah, there's something happening because they're at some convention. I noticed they were at some booth. But yeah, Thundercats fans, if you saw the thumbnail, I guess. So Super7, this is on the cover of Toy Collector magazine. Which, by the way, support this magazine. It's pretty fucking awesome. You can get the back issues at Toy Stalker if you want to catch up. It's really good. Like if you guys remember like Toy Fair and like those old magazines of yore, it's like it's super nostalgic, but it's doing like new shit. But yeah, you subscribe to this magazine, and by the way, they have like some like exclusive figures that you can get. With like you need like a proof of purchase or whatever with the magazine, so it's actually a benefit. Like that Earthworm Jim, the green and black Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
That is that's like a Toy Collector exclusive. But yeah, their next issue has this beautiful vehicle on it. Which, Jonathan, I know you're not a Thundercats guy, but this was called the Sky.
Hold on a second. I'm
what? What happened?
Hold on, this ad has me captivated.
What, Brian Regan?
No. What? Okay, we're good. It was it's for my bloating gas.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for like erectile dysfunction or something.
No, that's Brian Regan. That's what Brian Regan fixes.
Guys, of course I don't have erectile dysfunction. That's crazy. But this vehicle right here, Jonathan, this is the Sky Cutter.
I know.
Okay? And you didn't have any Thundercats as a kid, huh?
There's something in this edition or issue of the magazine about the Toys R Us logo being backwards. No, it's like I saw a few episodes as a kid. I don't know why it wasn't something that was easily accessible for me to watch. Was this not like I mean, it had to be just on TV with everything else, right? Why did I only ever get to see a few episodes? I remember loving them as the idea. I don't think I had any of the toys either. Like sometimes you just get toys, you don't know what they came from or whatever. And I don't think I had any of the LGN stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as accessible as like He-Man and stuff like that, but like this show was like in terms of like the stories, I don't know, man. I thought they played the best. I thought like even back in the day, and look, I'll always have love for like Filmation He-Man,
Yeah.
but even back in the day, it felt hokey.
Right.
But like Thundercats had a little bit of anime influence, not a little bit, had a good deal of it, and like they took the stories like real seriously.
Yeah.
It's like like they were, dare I say, Tolkien-esque in like their storytelling. Like you could tell, like they had their references. They loved Star Wars.
Hmm.
They loved like Tolkien, but
Yeah.
like then they mixed it with like glam rock, and I was like all in. I was like,
Glam rock.
this is a fucking great show.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things where it's just like, and it doesn't get a lot of options. It's like there's like He-Man and Ninja Turtles and like those G.I. Joe, like those big heavy properties, they get all these at bats. It's like doesn't get a lot of at bats. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like
Yeah.
you know. So I'll always love this property, man. I'll always love this fucking property, and this one just made me excited. I'm just like, I know there's a lot of controversy with Super 7, hit or miss on their figures. Dude, I'm the first one to fucking say it. Like, when it's like some figures just come out amazing, like that slide, and then some figures you're like that. I don't know, that Willa with the waxy face. I
Right.
don't know. I don't know what it's
It's
on, but
interesting. This is for those wondering, this is like a 2-item wave. So these 2 items, that's the wave where they're not doing like 3 or 5 or whatever. It does interest me too. What is life like? Speaking of like side stories, I want to know this guy's side story where he's like, he's like, I hate being a bird and not having wings. I need a stupid jet. This fucking sky cutter. And he goes home to his wife and he's always just depressed about it. And she's like, sweetie, I know, but this is how our people are. We're bird people, but yes, we don't have wings.
do you think, do you like, so Vulture Man's wife, so you're saying that Vulture Man is like, he believes that like as a bird person he should have evolved to the point where he should be flying, but the wife kind of sets him straight, like that just doesn't happen here on third Earth.
Right. Yeah. She's like, this is just who we are or whatever. And he's like, it's bullshit. It's just,
I like the idea of Vulture Man's wife, who always talks about his cousin, Harry Vultureman, who is a lawyer, and he's like, "Why don't you become a lawyer? Why don't you go to law school like your cousin Harry Vultureman?" And he's like, I want to build things for the mutants and ascend to the skies, and like but she keeps on bringing up Harry. He's like, he's got his own law firm, and he could probably get you in. It's Vultureman and Vultureman. You could be on the mass, but he doesn't want that. He's
right.
He's an artist. Vulture Man is an artist.
Vultureman.
People
always say it wrong.
Yeah. He's Vulture, but so Vultureman actually changed his name to Vulture Man when he joined the mutants, because like he kind of sensed that like it wasn't going to like it can't be Slythe, Jackalman. Well, maybe Jackalman also, maybe He's like, my real name is Kyle Jackelman, but I can't make it work here, so I changed my name to Jackelman. It's just a coincidence that I look like a jackal. You know what I mean? It's just like these are things. These are purely coincidental. Marv Fulcherman. Why don't you talk to your brother Moses Vulcherman? He can get you in the business. He gets you a nice setup. You get a nice office. But no, Vulcherman is like, I have dreams of being in the sky, and
Yes.
it's just like it's.
I love that.
I know.
Yeah, his dreams are to be in the sky.
Now I only want to see like an episode about like Vulcherman like dealing with his like wife, and like I want to go back to the where John, I figured out what our model is. Like with Jimmy Tatsu and the Pacific Rim, we like taking over the top situations, but showing like the most like mundane of it all. Like
humanizing them.
What is the mundane life of Vulcherman? Okay, because what you're seeing right here, what you're seeing right here, in the Sky Cutter, that only represents like 2 minutes of his whole year.
Yeah,
like,
and it's pure excitement. Look at his face.
Exactly. Like this doesn't have like first of all, if you guys don't know, Vulcherman, he's like the builder for the mutants, so he doesn't get out a lot. Okay, like they keep him in a lab. They're like, hey, bitch, build us a nose diving machine, build us a fist pounder, he doesn't get out a lot. So for him to even be like this represents like a great moment in his life. But I want to see like the mundane. Of
this
Vulcherman.
is like his dream is to fly, to be in the sky. His dream is to be in the sky. So he, as a youngling, a hatchling, this is his goal. He's always tinkering. He's always trying to get there. And he's always got failed inventions. But as he gets older, his inventions are getting better and better. And they bring him in and they're like, no, we'll fund your dream to get into the sky. We'll just need you to build some of those flying machines for us. But then as he's doing it, there's this push of like, but now you need to add weapons to these things.
Right.
He's like, I'm not a violent person. I refuse to do that. I only build for good. And that's just to get me, the rest of the Vulcherman family, and our people into the sky where we belong. And then there's this evil turn where he's forced to do this.
Right. Yes. And by the way, this is a great shame to his dad too. Like his dad his dad Moses Vulcherman. He's like like Vulcherman's name? He looks like, is he a Kyle? He's an Alex. Maybe Alex. What's a good name? Maybe Alex Vulcherman. He gets a call from Moses Vulcherman. He's like, this is your dad. This is your dad, Moses Vulcherman. I heard that you are making vehicles with weapons. And that's his whole thing, that like he doesn't like that he's making like weapons.
Yeah.
Like this is a great shame to the Vulchermans. So they don't, that maybe that's why he changed his name. Maybe that's why he's Vulcherman, because his dad is like, you are a great shame to the family. So, and the only one that talks to Vulcherman is his mother. That's it. Yeah. Like he is ostracized from the family, but his mother calls him up, and that's a big part of his life, because she's like, why don't you talk to your father? Let him know that you don't make weapons to hurt other mutants. You make weapons to hurt the Thundercats, which, let's face it, they're a little aloof. I'm just gonna say, and it's a whole, and his mother, I love that. His mother is the linchpin that tries to keep the Vulcherman family together, but he's like, I'm Vulcherman, and it's a whole, dude, it's a whole fucking thing. Dude, why are we, no, this is the name I was looking at, Herschel Vulcherman is the dad. Where is it?
Yeah.
That's the Herschel Vulcherman. And Herschel Vulcherman, he's not like a rich dude. He's just kind of like, he sells stuff to the Burbles. He has an import-export business that sells stuff specifically to Burbles. And he's not about these weapons. And that's why he's just like, just talk to your father. Let him know, sit him down. Let him know that it's your dream to maybe teach the Thundercats a little bit of a lesson, because they kind of tout themselves like this big deal. Maybe you should speak to Mum Ra And he's like, but Mum-Ra's like a guy. Well, first of all, Mum-Ra lives in a pyramid, so I'm sure Mum-Ra does not love Harry Vultureman versus Vultureman. So there's already Mum-Ra's like, ugh, fuck all that, man. He said, you don't want to talk to Mum-Ra, but they work together. So it's a whole thing, dude.
Yeah, money talks.
Money talks. All right. So anyway, we went off completely off the rails. But yes, you can get this.
I would say when we actually just talk about this shit, toys and stuff, that's off the rails for us.
Oh, you're saying we were on the rails.
We are always trying to find the station to get back on track, which that track is Side Story Improv. This is all just like, this is like idea creation zone.
Yeah. No, I like that. Shlomo Volknitz. What if Shlomo is Rotaro's first name? I don't know if you know, John. There's a Rotaro out there. There's another mutant. He's like a rat. You know what I mean? Maybe he's like one of these guys that just changes their name for whatever reason. Yeah. Talk to your buddy Shlomo Rotaro. He's doing well. He's got his own ship. It's great. Anyway, so John, this did bring up a good point.
I still can't look at his face on that sky cutter and not see him just screaming with joy, not anger. But since we came up with that, this is just purely for anybody. This is just, if you get this set, this is his true excitement. His life goal has been to be in the sky, and he reached it. That is happy.
I know this is not. But you know what's so great about this shot? In 20 seconds, he's going to be blown out of the sky and dead. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like his dad's looking up, and he's like, kind of starts to cry because it's like, wow, I never thought he'd do it, but he finally did it. He's made it to the sky, and then that tear comes down, and then
yes, like his dad Herschel when he was a kid, he's like, but Daddy, I want to fly. He's like, the Vulturemans, they don't fly. It's just a name, okay? Yeah. We're not meant to be in the sky, son. But then this moment, when he first built the sky cutter, he was in the sky, and his father got to see him. He's like, Herschel, turn on the television. And he's like, what do you want? I'm working. And he's like, just turn it on. And he turns on the TV, and you see like the news footage of Vultureman in the sky. And he's like, that's my boy. And he tells his whole work. he tell like everybody at the job who he was purposely ashamed of. He's like, everybody gather around. That's my boy. And he's like, what's your boy's name? Is his name Kyle Vultureman? And the father actually, you know what the father says when he sees it? He's like, no, that's Vultureman.
Yeah.
But he calls him, for the first time ever, he calls him Vultureman. And 10 seconds later, he gets blown and dead. He is killed by the Thundercats in the sky. And it's so but he had that one last moment.
Oh my God. Yeah, that is exactly what we needed. I'm glad we came back to that. Thank you.
Yes,
I wrapped that story up. Next time on the side stories of Thundercats.
Yeah. Sorry, Reed. I think Herschel is the dad. Moses is like a cousin. I think Moses is like maybe the cousin that has like the law firm, like the Vultureman and Vultureman. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's how I very, very, very Jewish family. Okay. Or sorry, not Jew, but like it's very like whatever the third earth. We don't call it Jewish on third earth. We just call it whatever that is. But I think you get it. But yes, I think we have a super chat here. John, I hope we didn't miss any super chats, man. I wasn't paying that much attention.
I don't think so.
You should post standalone clips of these movie idea conversations. Pure gold. John, we really thank you, by the way. KJ. John, we really need to get in on like our clip game, and I mean it because like every time I see like one of these like comedy like podcasts or any kind of like podcast, like the thing that gets me into them, I realize, is the clip game. Like, like I got into like watching like Legion of Skanks and like a bunch of other like fucking comedy podcasts.
But all these people have social media managers that can create this content.
No, we must do it.
As of right now, it's Video Power Gaming sitting on his couch recording from his TV from his phone.
I know. God
That is
bless.
our main social media supporter.
Yeah, he's our main social media guy. Video Power
Nobody
Gaming,
tell
you're the
him that he
social
can
media
just
guy.
screen record from his phone.
Say again?
Don't tell him that he can screen record from his phone so the audio doesn't have the echo. Don't tell him that.
I won't tell him that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we really do got to make the Vulturemans a.
Well,
I'm invested in this family.
Well, I'm invested in that. There's a lot of stories that have to be told. We have the captain of Flipor Cargo. We have the Pacific Rim. We'll just call it that, so it's different. Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
And then we have Jimmy Tatsu, and now we have the Vulturemans. Plus, we could make a short film about the guy that helps design the stickers that can be applied more than 5 times for Hasbro.
Yeah, we need that guy. The guy who tried to put. He is. What's that Ryan Gosling movie about Neil Armstrong? Basically, like First Man, or like the guy who's trying to push the technology of decals, and also has a wife that is not. It's not super. What? Wait, no? I think in that case, wasn't the wife supportive of him getting decals that lasted for
She
more than 5
believed in
times?
him, but then because of he's like, no, fuck you, and I can do more, whatever. And she's like, no, I know this is a big moment for you, and like I believe you or whatever. And then, but he's just such a piece of shit to her that she cheated on him with his coworker.
Right. Oh man, wow, that's
Did you forget about that?
No, I did. See, this is why we need this. This is why we need like these clips.
Yes.
Okay? All right. NECA King is begging me to block him, but I'm gonna keep going. So let's go to
do it. I know you've tried so many times to get to that other page.
No, so super chat. Sorry, the production is so bad. This could easily be a filler episode if Thundercats were come. I think he's just messing around.
Who?
He's just messing around.
Who?
Because he would never besmirch the name of Video Power Gaming.
Oh, me? I'm messing around?
Yeah.
I'm very serious. No. No, always thankful.
No, I am.
It's nice to hear that people like the stories that we do, because that's, for me, the part that I love the most about these videos.
I know anybody can just it's like you watch a million boring assholes that are like, oh, so the gray here is fucking cares.
Anyway, get on with your slideshow. I'm gonna find some sound effects that we can use while you present these.
Sound effects? No, I was just gonna talk about.
No, I know you can do that. Call it a slideshow. I'm gonna add sound effects.
Oh, can I zoom in on these? Okay. All right. Who do we have left in the Thundercats mythos? Okay. So guys, this is the thing I am excited about. Like, I like the idea of knowing, and look, Super 7, I got lots of problems with fucking Super 7. Okay. But I feel like we've come this far, and there are some figures that are really good. So I just kind of want to finish them out. A lot of people talk about it's like who's gonna pick up, like who else can do Thundercats. I do wish that there was a better company, but now I used to always be like, oh, if NECA made it. But NECA is starting to really piss me off. So now I don't want to be in that mindset. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but here's who we have left and who I think needs a redo. Okay. And John, you could stop me if there's because I'm just looking right now at the fucking thing.
So you want to cover the characters that need to be brought in, not the vehicles that need to get brought in.
Well, this is a comprehensive thing of all the LJN shit.
Okay, so, but is everything LJN that they made, the vehicles and all that stuff, in the show, or did they have a lot of just for the sake of toys?
No, they're all in the show.
Okay.
They're all. I mean, Lee might know better than I do, but I think, well, maybe not like these
Weird
like
ass.
like
Yeah.
this, like the Luna Lasher, but most of the stuff is in the show. But I also want shit that's like not in the show. Like this, like or sorry, not in the show. They didn't make a toy of. Like
Yeah.
they made a prototype of like this, like the feliner.
Oh, whoa.
But like I'll fucking take a feliner. Yeah, they like back in the day, they made a prototype. Dude, I saw back in the day, I saw I've told this story before, but I saw this feliner on fucking eBay. Okay. And um at the time I was like a kid. I didn't have money. It probably sold for I want to say this is like we're talking about like eBay first introduced. I think this probably sold for $2,000
Jesus.
in
That's the
like
90. It's like
2000.
92 or something.
No, it wasn't 92.
95, something like that.
Well, maybe it wasn't when eBay was first. It was like 99 or 98 or something
Okay.
like that. But I remember seeing it. But like, oh my god, like if this came out, if that prototype was on sale now, it would be like $20,000.
Right.
Like it would be insane. But but yeah. So, but I'd get into that. But like, in terms of like all the characters that have these are just characters that LJN has made. Okay. And I will say that just going through them. So Chitara, I think she needs a redo.
Yeah.
Okay. I think her face sucks. Okay. Jackalman, I'm fine with.
Do you think Chitara's one of those that's like, if they remade her, she would be a number 2 seller? Because Lionel's number 1, obviously. Who would you say is number 2 on the list?
I was gonna say it's between Mumra and Chitara. I think your best sellers with Thundercats, obviously Lion-O, Mumra, Chitara, Panthro.
Okay. Because there's no reason for them to not remake her if she needed it already, and they've already remade a Lion-O. And to continue this line, they have to get their big sellers back out there.
Right.
So that would make sense. Like, build a shitty version of a character, wait 5 years, and then make her better.
So this is all part of the plan, you're saying?
Genius. Yeah, I think we just uncovered the process of Super 7.
Yeah. Wait, is this true, Lee? Who said? Is this from Brian Flynn's mouth? Are these getting redos?
I don't trust anything he says.
Brian Flynn or Lee?
Brian Flynn.
Okay, but here's the thing. Their Lion-O redo was not that exciting, so I'm not excited yet. I'll get excited once I see it in hand. But like, Chitara needs a redo. I was okay with the Jackalman of before, but sure, redo it. This Lion-O, they still have not made the perfect Lion-O. Monkey is great. Mumra, I think, has a few issues, but pretty damn good. Panthro's pretty damn good. Slithe is amazing. Tigra needs a redo all day because the Tigra fucking sucks. Okay, he sucks. The Super 7 Tigra sucks. All right, so him. You need Rober. Well, she is not. The Burble Bell has not come out. I think only Bill is on deck to be coming out. So you need these two Robears. Okay. Yeah. This is just like the alternate Chitara, so we'll skip that. This dude Cruncher is coming out. They have pre-orders for him right now. So these guys, if you don't know, John, represent these 4 pirates called the Berserkers. So they have Hammerhand. A Cruncher is coming out, and then they have 2 more that need to come out. Groon, I would say, needs a redo because his thighs look weird as fuck, and he's the best character in this show. Okay, or at least top 3. Hachiman, I don't have yet, but he looks pretty good, so I'm gonna say that's fine. Hammerhand is fine. This is just another Lion-O. They have a Mamut already. I'm fine with him. Mumra, and they have 2 Mumras. They have like 2 sculpts from Mumra. They have toy version Mumra, regular Mumra, so he's fine. Rambam it still has to come out. Rotaro, I wish he was fatter. I wish he was more portly. I'm okay with what he looks like, but I wish he was more portly. Snarf is way overpriced, but I think he's fine. The Snowman is out. I think that's fine. Top Spinner has to come out. The Tusk Warrior has not come out. Okay. Tigra again needs a redo. That Vulture-Man, by the way, that comes with the Sky Cutter,
Yeah.
I believe is a take on the toy version of Vulture-Man. So that will be coming with the Sky Cutter, or you can get it with the Sky Cutter. Maybe you can get them separately. I don't know. But if you want the toy version of Vulture-Man, that's what Vulture-Man, Harry Vulture-Man is
Okay,
that's the
that's
toy
good.
version that we were making fun of. These Thunder Kittens are out and are way, way high on the aftermarket.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
It's wild what they go for on the aftermarket. By the way, Super 7 people, I don't want to give anybody like FOMO shit and like they're like, I'm just gonna wait till shit goes on sale. Doesn't seem to be happening anymore. I found out through the grapevine that they're making less of everything. So if you see like Thundercat shit and you're just like, I need it, but I'm gonna fucking play chicken, that might not work.
Yeah, we both have been saying this, but you a lot more because you talk about them a lot more. Have been talking about. Man, I said talking a lot. You've been letting people know, warning people a lot about these things not having large supplies and playing the discount game anymore because that's true. It all came through. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
they had too much left behind, and these retailers going on clearance. Super 7 just wasn't going to do it anymore.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. By the way, Lee, I don't know if that's confirmed because the Thunder Kittens went up on BBTS, but then they went down like hours later and they never went back up again. Has it been confirmed? Have they said like those are getting restocked? Because like I don't know. I don't want to give people like false hope that that's coming out because like that is a bummer, man. You try to complete your set, you don't get these two. Bengali, I'm fine with the Bengali. Captain Cracker, he doesn't stand that well, but I'm fine. I don't need another one of him. The Driller has not come out yet. Jaga, they have Spirit Jaga, regular Jaga, Toy Jaga. I'm good with Jaga. I'm good with the Linkso. I'm good with Mongor. Pumaira, they have a short Pumaira, a tall Pumaira. I wouldn't mind like another kind of better Pumaira, I'll be honest. Safari Joe looks great. Has not come out yet, but they have renders for him. But you know how it works with the renders. They might come out like shit. Captain China. I don't have him in hand. He looks like he's good. So I don't know. Lee might know better than I do. Stinger is not out. And then there's like a Thunder Wings Lion-O. In terms of the vehicles, I mean, there's like nothing other than like the fucking Thunder Tank. There's an Astro Moat Monster.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, other than the Thunder Tank and the Sky Cutter that is coming out, none of this exists in modern form.
I thought they made. I thought there was another vehicle.
No, I mean, there's Mandora's bike.
The police bike. Somebody called it.
Yeah, the police bike. Hottie police chick. By the way, I think they should make her again too, and she doesn't look that great.
No. That was I remember sometime last year, the year before, when it actually started hitting people's doorsteps, and it was like, oh god, the bike looked great, but the head sculpts, it was just that. Yeah, that was a really rough 2 years of Super 7's faces. You just couldn't.
Yeah, this is the waxy.
Yeah,
dude, her face is like and I love that character, man. I wouldn't mind another shot at like Mandora. So yes, you're correct, John. They have another bike, but that bike was not like in like it was not an LJN toy. The Astro Moat Monster, I'd buy the shit out of this. I love this thing as a fucking kid. The Nosediver is one of my favorite fucking vehicles. So I assume if they do the Sky Cutter, they're gonna do the Nosediver. I just assume Super 7. Sky Cutter's coming out. Thunder Tank. I think we're good with the Thunder Tank. It's fucking massive. It's awesome. This Hovercat I always loved. So that Hovercat has to come out. This would be gigantic. So John, so you have this Fist Pounder. The Fist Pounder is like supposed to be like twice the size of the Thunder Tank.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, like in the lore, I mean, if you're going for being like truer or as true as you can get to the show, the Fist Pounder is gigantic. I would love this, but I have a feeling
Yeah,
Dude.
unfortunately, I can't even see the image on your screen because North Carolina lawmakers have banned Pornhub, so I can't see Fist Pounder where I live.
It's a good one. He created something called the fist pounder. It's his own invention. It's a vehicle, and the fists they just pound like this. And I hear a rumor that it's even bigger and better than the Thunder Tank. Dare I say, the big Thunder Tank from the Thundercats. I just want to say I don't think that they're as good as people say they are. I know they say they're here to help. I just don't think so.
What have they done for our people?
Yeah, what have they done? What have the Thundercats done for our people? Nothing for the Vulturemans. What's going on, Ace?
Look who it is. Just to remind all the people in the chat, there is no S. It's Ramen Toy, okay? I know it's hard. It's hard.
Yes, there's also no S in Ace.
And I have to tell my mom there's no S in Walmart.
Yeah.
It's just a sign of getting old.
Does she call it the Walmarts?
Yeah, she has in the past, but I think I've fixed her.
Can you do an impression of your mom? How does your mom speak?
She doesn't have like a unique voice. I always think about that when people talk about like their dad. It's like they give them these character voices almost. Like maybe it's real, maybe it's exaggerated or whatever. And I'm like, no, both of my parents just kind of talk normal. And they spent most of their life in Michigan, and Michigan's like considered one of the more neutral dialects that there's not.
So they have like a real neutral dialect.
Yeah, so they don't stress the words like pop, or something like that. Like sometimes people from Michigan stress certain things. So they don't really do anything like that. I mean, they lived in West Virginia my whole life. So there's just this kind of blend. It's unfortunate. I guess like me, like sometimes something comes out and you're like, oh, that sounds a little country or something.
I thought, dude, for some reason I thought that you grew up fucking like just like country. So I didn't know. So your parents grew up in Michigan.
Yes, my mom was born and raised in Michigan. My dad had lived in like Texas. I don't know at what age he moved to Michigan, but that's where my parents met and then got pregnant. And my brother was born in Michigan, and then they moved
Oh yeah.
to, well, yeah, once you get pregnant. When you get pregnant, a child comes out. I don't know why that was so exciting for you.
Oh yeah.
Then they moved to West Virginia. So
sorry. Dude, my dad had I've discussed my dad, but had a fucking thick Arab accent. My dad is an Arab, like from Iraq Arab, like just like a fucking hello Neil, don't do this, don't do that, don't like just yeah, man. Like if you were casting, like, do you remember the villain from True Lies?
Yeah.
He's like that dude.
Oh wow.
He's just like he had that. He could have been an extra on the crew of like the villains from True Lies. You know what I mean? Like which I bet you right now, if you look up all of the villains from True Lies, that a bunch of them are not Arab. Like one of them is like from like Mexico, and one of them is like from New Guinea. Like
right. Yeah,
back in the 90s, they didn't give a shit about that.
No.
They're just like, hey, you look like you're some
you're Asian. Kind of
ethnic.
We'll cast you.
You know what I mean?
We'll cast this Asian guy, but then they're like, but you need to sound like you're Asian. They're like, what are you talking about? Sound Asian? They're like, yeah, like ching ching chong chong or whatever. And then this isn't me. This is people in the 80s and 90s. This is why we got what we got.
Right.
Yeah. It's wild times.
Yes. I like that Ace is telling me it's not an Arab accent. I grew up with this man. So
dad accent.
What happened?
That's a dad accent.
That's a dad accent.
Get back to these vehicles, because there's something on that list that pisses me off at it.
Oh, whoa, John. Okay, Jesus Christ. So anyway, Fist Pounder. This thing, if Super 7 made it, would probably cost $800. It's just going to be. It would just be gigantic.
Yeah, for sure, and they would do it.
Yes. Then you have the Thunder Claw, which is another very, very cool Thundercats vehicle.
And these are all mostly now reasonably sized.
Yes, reasonably. And these are like one-seater. like this, the Hovercat, the Sky Cutter, Nose Drive, those are one-seater vehicles. Okay, I'm not saying they're easy to make, but you know, I think they'll be fine. Then there's shit like laser sabers. I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about the Luna Lash. This is a backpack. This Stilt Runner was always goofy to me. I don't give a shit about that. The wings, whatever. The Tungosaurus. John, is that pissing you off? The Tungosaurus?
No, something not being on this list is pissing me off.
Okay. By the way, everybody in the chat. Okay. I don't want to flex. Okay. But I own an original Tungosaurus in the box. Hold for applause.
Well, we'll be holding for a while.
This is a very rare item, John, and if you understood, you would know. Oh, by the way, when Ace was on the chat with me, I all but begged him to see about making the Black Pyramid, like Mum-Ra's Black Pyramid. Oh my god, dude! Like I was telling him before, I just want the facade. Like I don't even need this. Like obviously the interior is another story, but like the facade of an ominous Black Pyramid, fucking be great. But okay, let me keep going, John, because I know you gotta.
Yeah, and I want to clarify. I know it was racist. That was the point. It wasn't me. This was the talking.
Yes, John. Yes, John was doing an imitation of the
shitty racism in the 80s and 90s. Yes.
Yes. So Thundercats Cat Slayer, which I never had. And then
But you have it now.
Yes, I do. I have a Super7 one. And then Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress. Is that what made you upset?
I told you it's not on the list.
Oh, it's not on. Okay, all right. So anyway,
I'm upset because it's not on the list.
All right, so let's just talk about this just for a second.
Let's just
talk about Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress.
Yes.
I think now that they have made Cat Slayer, there is an opportunity to make Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress, because I don't think it's as big an ask as Cat Slayer. It should not be.
Right.
Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress was the sarcophagus surrounded by the skull creature thing statue, and then he had 2 ancient spirits of evil. Now, if you watch the show, you know that there are 4 ancient spirits of evil. So if we made a modern Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress, don't give me 2, give me fucking 4 of them. Their eyes need to light up. And in the middle is this cauldron, and with the bubbling action, and that has to have a light under it as well.
Yeah.
And I think, and the pathway. So here's what I need from a Mum-Ra's Tomb Fortress. This is really all I need. The sarcophagus with the thing, 4 ancient spirits of evil, something that connects it as a base, and then where it leads to the bubbling pool where Mum-Ra looks and watches OLED TV and sees what everybody's fucking doing. And that's it. That should not be as big as the Cat Slayer. And I think that could be something that's made.
Okay. You have a very solid argument.
Yes.
Does the Cat Slayer head not move on the new one?
It does.
Okay. Because Super Mario said it doesn't move, but it does. I thought
Super Mario, stop lying, Super Mario.
I thought in your review you showed that. So what I am missing from this list, and I see images of it. Maybe it was a prototype, but I wouldn't want the toy version. I want the animated version, and this would actually appeal to me for not having Thundercats figures, is the Thunderstrike.
Oh, the Thunderstrike. Yeah, man. Let's look up so the people know. Dude, that's right. This is another one. This is like, but they had this, John. They had, like, at some point, shit like this was on deck.
Yeah.
But I know you would love this because it looks like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a really good side profile in the sky, right down on the right.
Right down on the right. This one right here?
One. Yeah. Look at that. It looks awesome.
Dude, the Thunderstrike would be fucking wild, dude. I actually would like the Thunderstrike more than the Feliner.
Yeah. I don't know how much it shows up in the show, but it looks awesome. I mean, there's only like 7 pictures on the internet.
Yeah, I
And half
know.
of them are the unreleased thing.
I know. Chat, would you like Joy Toy Thundercats? Because then vehicles are much more reasonable to make. Like,
Oh,
like,
right.
like the beauty of Joy Toy is like because it's so small, it's like you can get like lots of shit. Like I feel like I mean they would take their artistic liberties. They seem to, but like I feel like you would get shit like this. Dude, that was a good pull, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank
Thunderstrike,
you.
like, did you? How long have you known about the Thunderstrike?
Since 7 a.m. this morning.
Okay, all right.
I looked up a list of vehicles from the animation, and that one stood out. There's like a whole list of stuff that was not made in toys that pulls that you can find. It's like a
No,
wiki or something.
you're
That was
100% right.
it,
Tower of Omens, Sky Tomb. The Sky Tomb would be fucking
I also
cool.
don't know how large it's supposed to be. Is it
I
a
mean, it's
two-seater?
basically you have like it's a three. Leo probably know better. I think one person sits in the main hub and then 2 in the bottom, but maybe there's 2 in the main hub. I don't know.
Yeah, I
But I'm
think
fine if there was 1 in the main hub.
that's what he said.
That's what,
Babe, I'm fine with if you put 1 in the main hub. Wink.
yes, exactly. Oh, you know what? This is one. So this is one that they never made, no prototype, nothing, and it's so iconic, dude. It's even in the fucking. It's even in the fucking song. Is the fucking like mutant hangout, the Castle Plundar?
Oh, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, man. Like, has anyone? I would have to imagine with like 3D printers and shit like that, somebody has made a Lee, I'm not advocating for liberties. I'm just saying that like if Joy Toy made it, they would 100% take their liberties. Like I'm not controlling that. I'm not advocating it. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
that's
that's
kind
what
of
they
what
would
they
do.
do.
Um Castle Plundar is very iconic and nobody has made that. The Sky Tomb, that's like where the Lunatics live. And
Ooh, I like that, and I like it that they have sewer pipes into the ground.
right. Well, John, this is a moving castle. I don't know if you knew.
Which is tough because you always have to plan out where you're moving so that you can have the sewage connected when you get there.
Right, right. Yes, they're very about
Yeah,
sewer
and the
sewer.
reason why they move is because it fertilizes that area.
Right.
That's really
I think
about giving
was it
back to the people of the planet.
right. Hal Jordan, who's always trashing me, although I do love him, said it looks like something. The Thunderstrike looks
Yeah.
like something from Samurai Pizza Cats, which it does. It really looks like that should be the Samurai Pizza Cats like vehicle.
Yes. I'm into it.
I think if I had to say, if I had to guess anything that existed outside this right here, meaning they've already made toys, what would they make? The Electrocharger, like the Mandora vehicle, is a good one. I'm trying to think
Hold
realistically.
on. I'm sorry.
Well, what
Just
happened?
real quick, can you go back to that? And the Sky Cutter toy,
Go back to this.
yeah, it looks like it has like a V shape. And I guess the Super 7 one doesn't do that, or maybe we just don't see that it does that.
A V. No,
The
it
Super
doesn't.
7 one on the cover, it's just flat. And it has those saws on. Oh, I guess it kind of does, doesn't it? It's not as extreme as an illustration. I don't know what the toy looked like. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to think of realistically who they can make. Like Cat's Lair was. I think realistically who they would make next or what they would make. I'm talking not figures, but I'm talking like a big thing. I mean, I don't see why they can't make the Mumros Fortress. Like, I feel like that's like if I was like a betting man and I'm Super 7, I feel like this would be like the next thing I go for because it's gonna take 2-3 years to fucking come out with it anyway. I think like
Right.
I
I mean,
think
there's no
like
reason for them to not do some polling. They haven't done that in the past, right? Where they put up like a couple ideas like Mattel does and ask for the people and then produce something that people didn't ask for. They don't do that, do they?
no, never, John.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, Mattel does that. I'm saying the Super 7 do that.
oh, the Super 7 do it?
Yeah, Mattel did it famously
Yeah,
with the
with their fucking
Motu stuff.
yeah. No, I don't know, dude. Sorry, I'm thinking now. I think this would be the next safe bet. Like if I had to
Replace
predict,
that.
yeah, I think this playset would be the next. Like they have to be working on it. I would love this fucking fist pounder though, man.
You know, this just makes me think now, the Ninja Turtle line that they were doing with the Playmate style, they didn't do any vehicles, but they could have really, really fucking hit on some like solid bits of nostalgia for people and Playmate style vehicles for the Turtles. I mean, I think that Super 7 does really well with vehicles and play sets.
Oh, dude.
And they should lean into it a little bit more.
I think 100%. Maybe it's an expense thing, but like
Yeah.
to be able to have like a Playmates license and there's shit that's not even that big. Like obviously, like, you know, shit like the Ninja Pizza Tosser, that's like real large, but like but didn't they have a whole problem? Didn't Super 7 have a whole problem with Playmates restricting
Well,
this
we
and
don't
that
we
and
don't
the
know
other?
I don't think we ever really got the truth. We just had a lot of speculation from people. Nobody that had like, here is my evidence kind of thing. Extrapolating things that Brian says on a thing or whatever. I don't think we ever got like clarification.
Yeah, it's also that guy.
Because that
That guy
Rat
is
King
yeah.
became ugly.
What
So
happened?
that Rat King was when this whole controversy started about like, well, maybe they can't do it or whatever because they made handsome Rat King, but then they went back and made him the ugly one. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right, this made me sad. Brian said no new play sets are planned.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Brian, fuck you.
Yeah. He
I'm Starman, $4.99. Come on, it's super small. You'll barely feel it. Joy toy, that is. Oh. At first I was like, is that a quote from me? But then he said,
you talk to my wife?
Vultureman does very well in bed. What? How would his mom even know that? That's weird. Okay. I don't know, John. And there's a slew of like shit that wasn't even made as a toy.
Yeah.
But I feel shit that was made as a toy is a safer bet because you have some kind of metric
Right.
on it's sold. You know what I mean? It's not like a complete shot in the dark.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking about a Super 7 sized vehicle of the sewer. What is that thing called? It's the big blue one for the villains, and it's got the snake heads coming off the front of it. The sewer. What the fuck is that? Planets. Oh, I love watching you type.
I know it's horrible. All right, let's just deviate just for a second. Here are vehicles that it's like the Foot Cruiser. You don't. Oh, you know what, dude? Ace. Where's Ace?
He's there.
Ace, are you here?
Yeah, he's talking to the chat.
Okay. Ace, I know you do your own thing, and I know you have to go. You have to go where the passion takes you. But if I was a betting man, all right, I would bet that if some person out there made Foot Cruiser-esque vehicles, that person would be rewarded very well by the community. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, this is a very beloved vehicle to the point where people still buy the vintage ones and this and that, but there's no modern interpretation.
People are spending a lot of money on this to have customs made from those other vehicles or whatever that is they're doing.
Yeah, one
there's
is
a
me.
big customizer market for these things.
Yeah, like this is I'm just saying, like, if I had to bet on any vehicle that was like if you had a foot cruiser made for modern Ninja Turtles and it had chrome on it and it looked like a fucking I don't 50s type cut, whatever era, like I would be like I like
Yeah. I mean,
it would light up the forums.
Yeah, it's good. There's a good chance of that. But that is a vintage thing selling for $150.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying, if I had to modernize,
yeah.
because I don't think anyone in the modern day did a great job. Maybe Joy Toy might, but in terms of TMNT vehicles, it's very bare. Okay, everybody made a turtle van, and then that's it. NECA called it a day. Super 7 called it a day. Everybody just called it a day. Honestly, I'm not trying to put customizers out of business. I think there is a world where you can have the redone old foot cruiser and remade, but then a modern foot cruiser. Like what would the foot cruiser look like if it was modernized and made to look like something that could fit your NECA figures or your Super 7 figures or whatever, or you give it to the neutrinos, like what Devin Decker's saying. I'm just saying, if I was a betting man, I would say that
plus customizers would buy these things and customize them.
Yeah, yes, they would. If somebody molded it, yes, they would. Okay, John, what were you talking about?
I would love April's actual motorcycle from the animation, the blue motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
I think it's awesome.
John, what were you looking for here? Weren't you looking for a certain vehicle?
Well, the
was it the sewer dragster?
Stefutsky, according to Devin Decker, who has all information in his brain.
I know he does.
Futsky. Keep going. This listing is only if it's available to buy, I guess. So it'll probably be on here. But
Is this a shit that you can purchase? Oh, the toilet taxi. Sorry, I know you weren't. That would be a great one.
Great for those turtles with IBS.
I can relate to that.
You might just want to Google it. Playmates Footski, all one word, Footski. Playmates. You have to get it right. There it is. Yeah, I had that thing as a kid.
I did not have it.
It's in an episode of the Turtles too. Like this is when they were like, oh, we're gonna draw stuff into the show to make toys out of it.
Yeah, it's like why? It's like why couldn't either Super 7 or NECA, well, maybe NECA because they don't have the rights, but it's like, you don't make this one? This is like a Sky Sled. This is a one-seater vehicle. Like what? I have to assume before, I'm not going to attack anybody because I have to assume it's a rights thing because like, to me, it's like a no-brainer. Like I have to assume like Playmates, there's a whole thing with rights. But this thing would be fun as shit, dude.
Yep. And that in that same episode, they had the jetpack thing that Space Donatello has in the NECA toys, that backpack that's actually a water propelling thing. Yeah. But they also had the inner tubes in that episode that they made into toys. So whatever you're scrolling with your little mousey, we can't see.
The thing that I'm most perplexed about is like, I know that NECA could make the blimp. So it's like, why don't you make the blimp?
But what route would you make for the NECA line, doing just a blow up blimp thing like the Playmates? Fucking boring. Don't do that. If you do that, it has to be just the inner part, and it still needs like all the contraptions that like kind of stick on the outside. So the sake of packaging and shipping, you could have the inner part blows up, but you still need to attach the rockets on the back, the fins, all the like netting and all the fun stuff that make it the toon version. It would have to have plastic.
So what are you saying? Like, how would you do that?
I'm saying if NECA was to make the blimp, one, it would be massive. So like, how do you can't make the entirety of the massive part of the blimp it all plastic, which is going to be the best look for NECA style. But to make it more affordable and for shipping and weight and all that stuff, okay, well, we just do what Playmates did and you just blow up the blimp part.
Right.
Like, well, that looks really cheap and it's not going to come out right. There's just not a way to do that. If you the kind of in between is you have a blow up for the middle section, which has like yellow on the front half, maybe green on the back half, and then you still have to put plastic pieces that snap on around it to give it that cartoon look.
I'm trying to think.
Just look up images of it.
No. I know. I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to think like what would be the best approach for a fucking dirigible with the fucking like inflated. I mean, inflated. There's no way to make that not look cheap, huh?
I don't think so. I mean, you have what's an inflatable thing that doesn't have like the seam at some point? Plus, you have the little nozzle to like maybe you cover that up. Maybe it's on the bottom. And you cover it up with the like. People are 3D printing the bottom half, the flyer, the glider part, so that's no problem. But the upper half is the challenge. Yeah, I don't think you can do a blow up thing that doesn't look like a blow up thing.
There's got to be a way.
Because it needs to have like texture, like all of the turtle pattern, they're like all lifted as shells like on the van, so you couldn't just, I mean, that would be a cheap way to do it, but for the NECA thing it would look awful.
Are there customs? Does anybody, there's got to be like people made a custom of like a turtle blimp.
So this is what this guy do, repaint the vintage one and then add fins.
Dude, I'd be fine with this, man. Like, I mean, something like this. I mean, what did he do?
I don't know, but it's nice when people do posts like this and they don't tell anybody what they did. But it looks like it's hand painted. It's hand painted for sure. It has to be on top of the old vintage one, and then he added these like plastic, maybe 3D printed or cardboard fin.
Yeah, on the side.
I mean, for a custom, it's great. It's not perfect because he's, some of his stuff's off, but it's like for a custom thing to complete your set, that's awesome.
I'd be happy with that, dude. I mean, I'm just trying to think how else you would. Because the thing is that there's a lot of interesting crap.
Just right click and open image.
The thing is, there's a lot of like fun texture. Fuck you.
Right click, I said.
I did right click. It says open link in new tab.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Open image in new tab.
It's the same size. There's too much like mechanical looking stuff on this blimp, in my opinion, to fit in with
a lot
what
of mechanical. Plus, there's this, John. Like
that's
this
what I'm saying.
Like like the ridges and you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what's the most lightweight material that you could sculpt something like this out of and just put it together?
Yeah, there's just not a way to do that.
Hold on. Ace is he's saying it could be done as blister halves, blow mold. Hey, who's mold?
Yeah, and what do I gotta do to get a turtle blimp around here?
Who's this mold guy? Will he get me a?
Yeah, is that a nickname? Because I don't think I want to blow mold.
His best friend is
Is it
named Mold.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
like a blister, as in, what's an example of that? Like what
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
put your figures in, they all arrive in plastic molded stuff.
Yeah,
You
Ace,
would
do
just
you
do
have,
that, but painted?
as us Hollywood insiders like to say, do you have a comp on what you're talking about? Um, I
Hmm.
have to assume somewhere in some NECA laboratory they've been trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
So, but who the fuck knows, man? We're still waiting for a giant Krang. It's like I would have thought for sure back in the day if you told me that giant Krang was coming out before before a turtle blimp. I would have told you, I would have said, "Hey buddy, why don't you take a long walk off a short pier?" But here we are. What about this, John? Sofubi Endoskeleton says soft vinyl. Couldn't you do this with soft
I
vinyl?
think is like, turn around, look at one of your NECA figures, and then think of how big that has to be to scale. Even a soft vinyl, I think it would eventually be too heavy. It would need stands, like clear stands, to hold it up. It's just too
John,
much weight, even with that.
John, do you know that you're a fucking buzzkill for sure?
I know that I am one of those people that challenge people, and that's why
Okay.
we have
Uh,
folks like Abasai Photography bringing us some of the best versions of street stuff that we've ever seen, by the way.
got it. Lee just
Okay.
told me.
Wow. Remember when you were talking to Ace on the live stream and you gave this big thing and he goes, "Okay."
Yes.
That's what you
Sorry,
just
I
did.
was looking at images. Okay.
Well, that's what he was doing. He wasn't listening to you.
Sorry, I got distracted. Lee told me to look something up. Hold on, Lee.
Oh, I'm glad that he runs the show now.
Well, maybe this is he was very insistent. Oh, this is a Thundercats vehicle. Oh, this is Chilla's vehicle. That's right. The Ice Runner. John, I used to have such a crush on this Chilla woman. She's one of the Lunatics. This would be an easy vehicle, a one-seater. Yeah, dude, this woman was sexy. Anyway, they should make that vehicle too. John, I don't think we cracked how to make this fucking dirigible here. I think soft vinyl so far is the thing that makes me feel the most confident. But even that is. What about? Well, no, I was talking about like my Krang with this shitty like it's almost like a fucking squeezy toy.
Yeah.
But that's gonna fucking age.
Yeah. And
So
I
you don't
think,
want that.
again, I think it only works at a certain scale. When they start to get so big that there's going to be like the drooping that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It would have to have a framework on the inside.
Do you think people would just buy the glider, or you would probably feel like you're missing something?
It definitely, if it was there, they'd buy it. But yeah, you'd be like, well, this is kind of incomplete.
Oh, John, you keep being negative, but Ramen Toys is saying that this could happen. So I don't know if I like your fucking attitude
Well, he
about
brought a
this.
solution that we couldn't think about. You dummy.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about a different method.
Yeah, but you keep going like, oh, this can't happen. This is you. This is my impression of you. This can't happen. And he's giving you the fucking answer right there.
Okay. You and I are having a conversation. I'm guy saying you couldn't make it a blow up because it would look fucking stupid. You can't make it out of plastic because it's too big and heavy. And then you're like, well, what if they only made the glider? Would that be okay? And then Ramen's like, actually, there's a third way.
How dare you? How dare you? You know what? My next rap beef. I'm gonna go back to fucking making rap beefs about you.
Yeah, whatever gets you the views, buddy. Yeah. You need it.
You're not
People
wrong.
like when you're angry. So, the nice hatter didn't work for 2 days out of this year after your New Year's resolution. So go back to the anger stuff.
I did a nice thing. Okay.
But before we go, I don't know if you plan to leave me anytime soon, but I want to make sure that we talk about something real quick. It was brought up a long time ago by Abasai in the chat. I think it was him, that on Big Bad Toy Store, they just launched the Storm Collectibles $25 Ryu and Ken that are 1/12 scale.
Ryu and Ken.
$27. All right. So a couple bucks more. Maybe that's BBTS because they always love to add costs for no reason. But they're like, hey, we'll play in a place that isn't Jada Toys, but we're going to compete with them. So they finally are available to pre-order.
Are they only available through BBTS?
I'm sure they're elsewhere, but that's what got mentioned.
Because Storm, Storm tends to only be in a few places. Like I know Toy Stalker does. Ralph, do you do Storm? Storm is like a whole.
And if you don't, why not?
No, there's like a thing. Did you say they have Ryu too? They did a Ryu too?
Well, that's what the chat said, so I don't know. The scroll down, there was.
Was there?
Oh, I don't know. There's Zangief, but that's different. That's a different version of Ryu. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bro.
27. Dude, these guys are definitely reacting to the Jada toys of it all, which is hilarious. It's like they have like lit a fire. I don't see any.
The fuck?
I don't see any Ryu.
I can't get to Ami right now. I don't know.
Strom.
That's weird.
John, now that you're in my head, I can't spell it all. I only see this Ken. I put in Storm Alpha. It looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. $27 for Storm quality shit. I mean, I gotta see what this is in hand.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very curious.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Storm. If you're watching, okay, you have proven. See, Jada has proven that they're gonna go for it. You know what I mean? Like Jada is like, we're doing everybody.
Right.
It's like that scene in Facebook, the Facebook movie, where he goes up to Mark Zuckerberg. He's like, I'm not just coming for one thing. I'm coming for everything. Jada is like, we're going to make the whole thing. And they have. So I like, they have now, whether they're not out or not, whether they're out or not is a different story, but they have now created all the figures for like they all exist in either they're being made or whatever. So Jada goes for it. Storm, this is nice and all, but you got to prove that you're going to fucking go for it. So having Ken and Ryu is not going to. I mean, it's cool. It's alpha, so it's different. But
that's a big character list if you're doing Alpha 3.
Oh my god, hell yeah, dude! Alpha, yeah, giant. So I said that to say this is a step in the right direction, but it's like you're now competing with that. I wouldn't want to be competing with Jada. Like, how do you beat that price?
And I can't just go to Target and get it. So it'll be $25 at Target. I mean, it's obviously still kind of tough sometimes to get Jada toys from Target, but $25. This is $27 plus $4 shipping, so it's $31. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's a great figure, but it's like a little too late kind of thing too. Yeah. There's no, it's going to be one of those things where like I get either of these guys and then you make a video and you compare them to the Jada toys and you're like, which one's better? And it's like, honestly, if you're thinking about buying this one, Storm Collectibles, just keep the one you already have.
Yeah.
It's like, why have two of the same things? The legs aren't any better looking.
Oh my God. I would love to do if Jada did Thundercats. Oh my Lord. Actual posable Thundercats that don't just fucking just stand. Oh my God. Get June on a live stream. John, I would like to talk. Would you like to talk to June from Jada Toys?
Yeah. I love everything that's coming out.
Here's the problem, guys.
I'm really excited about the cyberpunk stuff that other creators are getting super early for some reason.
All right, I'll put it out there. If anybody knows June from Jada Toys, send him my way. We'll get him on the live stream. I'm serious. I just don't have any connection, and I don't think John does. No. But that is a guy that I would like to talk to because we seem to be in the same wheelhouse of the things that we like. And I think that he's he's got a good vision for this stuff. So if anybody knows him, let him know. He has the invite to a very probably the most worthwhile invite that you could get is on this fucking stream, and we'll talk and we'll pick his brain. Okay, we'll start picking at it like fucking Hannibal Lecter.
He'll never come on now. He's scared for his life.
He's a big boy. I also think he's like in LA or something. I think he like lives in LA. So, maybe June, just fucking stop hiding.
You should go to the Super7 store and just like demand to speak with Brian Flynn.
I have a feeling Brian Flynn hates me.
Oh, if he knows anything about us, he knows we want to punch him in his taint. Or at least I do.
I don't want to punch him in his taint. I want to just kind of like trip him.
Trick him.
Like, wouldn't it be funny if you just like you trip him and you see him fall? Oh yeah, that Scooby-Doo line. You know when he like I was like, this June guy like knows his shit. I saw him on some interview. I don't know what it was, and he was talking about he would like to do Punch-Out figures, which I don't know if you know, but I have been beating the drum for Punch-Out figures since like I was like from the start going like somebody needs to do Punch-Out.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, this dude is fucking cool. Okay, if anybody who wants to do Bald Bull and Glass Joe and like and all those fucking Little Mac and all that shit, he's all right with me.
Dude, yes. Oh my god, that would be great. It's just a line you would never expect, but when they would get made, like the freaking cereal mascots, you're just gonna be like, oh my god,
dude. The cereal mascots is another one, man. The Chester Cheetah, like,
yeah.
I love. Look, I'm attributing these ideas to June. I don't know. Maybe there's another. So apologies. I don't know. I'm just. Let's just say Jada. I love the think tank that's over there. That's going like.
Oh, that's another Thundercats vehicle.
What is
the think tank?
All right, John. What would be my Thundercats vehicle? I would do some kind of like. I'm trying to think like a play on like a litter box, but that's kind of a joke.
That's a Flipboard universe.
Yeah, you're right. Like a litter box that like Katja has a vehicle. Dude, that would be a great vehicle. A litter box with like wings on the side of it and like but the littering is like maybe missiles that it drops, like it just litters you with like or it just drops sand. The litter box.
It puts out fires.
It puts out fires. I mean, is that a dangerous thing? You know what would be very cute is Flipboard has his vehicle. Dude, you're gonna find this adorable. Flipboard has his vehicle and he shoots people with his vehicle. And he creates all these fires because he shoots people. And then little Katja comes with his vehicle. He's like, oh, let me just put out the little fires. And he so he cleans up after Flipboard. Like he's just like Katja wants to destroy who Flipboard wants to destroy, but he doesn't want to destroy the environment.
Right.
So after he finishes nuking things, he just shows up and he's like, okay, he puts his list and he goes out. And it's the most adorable thing.
Literally,
because he's just very environmentally minded.
Yeah. Another reference to your stream with Ace. How dare you? So litter is used often for oil spills, like in garages and stuff. So maybe Flipboard's shopping cart like has like an oil slick defense mechanism when he's.
Ooh, I like that.
This kind of works for him too. So like other people trying to buy, he does an oil spill effect, which was in like every classic video game.
It's like Spy Hunter.
Yeah. So he does that, but then Katja comes in, spills his litter on there, and then like opens up the front of himself and like scoops in to clean it up. like a Roomba kind of thing.
I love that. Look how Open Please just took a shot at me. He said, "We need a litter box vehicle with a vent with the power to make things out of focus." He had to attack me just because he has good production value. Okay, I think we are getting to the end, John. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. I think Looney Tunes is another like rights thing
Yeah,
because
sure.
I have to assume there's a bunch of people after Looney Tunes.
Even Tiny
Syndicate.
Toons would be great.
Let's say again.
Tiny Toons would be great.
Tiny Toons would be amazing. Syndicate Double Dragon. I don't know what's happening with those Syndicate figures. I've seen many images of them made.
Yeah, I think people have been getting them.
No, the Double Dragon ones?
I thought so. There's 2 of them. There's a review out already. At least one. Did you order them? Because I didn't.
Maybe early copies or something.
Maybe we should have ordered them, then we would know.
I know. I kind of wanted freebies though. What else? Yeah, Tony the Tiger's coming out. Being solicited. I saw him. He looks great. Dude, I love this litter box. I love Cat Scratch Tower. Cat Scratch Tower is a pretty good one, John. I mean, that's they call it a cat tower. You got to do something with tower. I think I'm going to steal that from Hal Jordan. Hal, I think I'm going to steal that for. I've entertained Hal Jordan for a long time with no compensation. I think I can take that from him, and he really shouldn't do anything. So, yeah. I just pre-ordered the Musk. Yes, the Musk is up for. I did a whole thing, watch the video, but it is up for pre-order. Go to Ramen Toy, the Ramen Toy site. Super Musk has to get to 500 to start doing unlockables. Okay. Yeah. We're going to talk about it more as time goes. Obviously, we'll help push it. And then smaller channels like 3POA that are not as relevant, they'll help push it. They'll probably push like one of them, let's face it. But like, we'll make sure lots of TMNT fans will make sure that gets out there. So,
yeah, it's constantly being shared in the Facebook groups.
Yes. Very popular. So I think that's all.
John, it's a bummer thing of like, sometimes you get connections with companies, and it's like Jada is one of those where I got connected with them many months ago, and they're like, oh yeah, if we have stuff or whatever, we'll add you to the list, which just feels like a bullshit reply kind of thing. And then many months go by, and I randomly got 2 figures months after they were already out and reviewed and stuff. So I was like, this is stupid. I'm just going to do a giveaway with them. But then never hear from them again. And then another company is, we were talking about them last week with the Biker Mice from Mars. Who was that? Nacelle. They had the bikes and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you're really loving these bikes. I was getting some like interest from them, I think. There was like a DM going back and forth. I emailed the company that they were like, hey, email these people to get on the list to get stuff sent out, like the bikes when they arrive. I'm like, okay, great. Email them, never hear from them. Go back to DMs, let them know I never heard from them. Never hear from the DMs again. Follow up again, like every month. It seems like I'll do
DM with Nacelle.
Yeah, and it's like I do like a follow up email or DM with them, and they just don't even reply anymore. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's always good to ignore people that can help promote your
yes, yeah,
promote your stuff.
And
because it's such a big audience with action figures of biker mice. The world is your oyster.
That's right. It's on the local news. Yeah, they don't need to talk.
That's okay. Some people are not that.
And and no matter what you think no matter what you think of me personally, I think people would agree that watching my content makes you want to own the thing, which is the whole point. Like you spotlight, if there's problems, there's crap. Like I obviously talk about that stuff, but I really enjoy something. The whole point is to make it look for me, to make it look as cinematic and epic and awesome as possible, because it's a more entertaining video, and then it makes it like you can with the right lighting, you can make bad figures look really cool. I mean, just ask Anybody that collects Marvel Legends?
Wow.
Burn. No, they teased. I saw an image this morning of, I don't know who it is. I just saw the images of a character from the new animated Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I think is what that's from. But there's a character in a suit. Maybe it's Osborn from the show, but it looks really good. Like, I'm really impressed. If it's
Who
real,
makes it? Marvel Legends?
yeah. If it's real, then this is like really, really, really nice. It has a lot of like black outlines that look like the animation stuff.
You're not talking about the Spider-Man that everybody's talking about, right?
Not
Like the
Spider-Man. It's a guy in a
You're
green
just
suit.
talking about the whoever's in the suit. Okay.
Devin Decker will answer if he can catch up with the chat. I'm sure we could probably find it. Marvel Legends, Spider-Man. What is it? Friendly Neighborhood. And I'm doing this off screen, so you can't watch me type.
Modular Underground Sewer Command.
Yeah, command with a K.
Yeah.
It is Osborn. I'm like slowly finding the information, but I'm not finding the Marvel version of it. But Norman Osborn in his suit, but it looks awesome. I guess we'll just have to go to Instagram. Whatever. Just keep that in your brain, people. It's out there. And I think it looks good. Which is a big
No, but you do
Hasbro.
sell you do have a point about like having to your ear to the ground with, especially when it comes to toys that are not being sold to kids. You know what I mean? It's like toys for adults. It's like you're talking about, I mean, still could be a lucrative market, but it's like, like you have to kind of like get connected out there. New Transformer HasLab. I assume, is that Transformer TF? HasLab is up on Pulse, $300.
Unless he went new. The fuck?
New
HasLab is up
the
on
fuck
Pulse.
HasLab? Can we see this? Because I'm very curious now.
Do what you need to do, my man.
Let's
you get the power to share.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up first. Because if it's a new HasLab, I want to beat like, a loser like fucking Geek Dad Life to the punch.
That Norman Osborn might not be real, according to my buddy Thomas.
Oh, he just fucked you right in your ass.
Lucky me.
Why am? Yeah, we can just talk about this briefly, and then we're gonna go. This, I think, is what he's talking about. You can see it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
HasLab is the ultimate crowdfunding. This has Transformers Legacy HasLab Leo Kaiser Combiner. Oh, this is a combiner Transformer. Leo Zack, Guy Hawk, Kill Bison, Hellbat, Jaruga, and Drillhorn. I don't know any of these things.
No.
I know none of these things. Okay, which I'm happy about. This will probably fund though, because like Transformers has a very devoted fucking fan base.
Oh yeah, big time.
But I have, holy shit, I have zero clue. The backer Death Cobra unlocks, electromagnetic nunchaku and display bases. What on earth? I feel old looking at this. I don't know what this is. Does this transform into something? Like what's the, there's only this one image. John, I'm scared. What does this do?
There's a you combine them.
This is the transform. Okay, it's like a Voltron. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, I have zero. Kill Bison is M. Bison's cousin. Bison, I think you could. Why is everybody has a Jewish mom? I think you could do better with the World Warriors. Okay, that Sagat. I think he's trying to take over. I don't think that I don't think you should let him. I don't think you should let him. I don't know. Is anybody excited about this? I have zero connection. All right, here's some info. Leo Kaiser was a Japanese exclusive combiner from G1.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Got it. Your cousin Leo Kaiser. It works with everything, John. Okay, so that's it. There's a new HasLab, guys. Just you can go. You can support Transformers. Give Hasbro some support. They need it.
They do need it. They might.
They might actually need it. But all right. Any last words, John? Last words for your life, because I'm gonna fucking kill you. Fucking shoot you. Shoot this way. Do you wanna plug your store? I know you want to.
No. I mean, I could plug this shirt maybe. There's a few versions, a few different style versions of that. You can just scan that QR code up there,
Okay.
and then at the bottom of it, there's like a merch thing, and all the merch is like that. There's not really anything that's like nostalgia unboxed. I don't do that. It would be weird to make a shirt that just promotes yourself.
I want to plug something right here. I have a box in my hand. It says Flipboard and the Champions of Neferity.
Okay, I've never heard of
it. Nobody try any shit.
Try me is what it stands for. You don't actually have a trademark. Just try me.
Try me. Try me, motherfuckers. Look at my ring light, John. You see?
I do.
That's proof that I have a ring light. But I have these in. I'm going to be doing opening all of the Flipboards. I have the last samples. Flipboard looking to get into people's hands. Estimate April, barring any unforeseens or people, pirates hijacking our ship. But
which is going to happen because it's been written into the lore.
Yes, exactly. There are, if you do want a Flipboard, there are 4 places to get them, and it is, once it sells out, it's done. There's going to be no remaking of this Flipboard. You get it at Toy Stalker. You get it at Big Bad Toy Store. If you are a Canadian, you can get it at Titan Toys.
Whoa.
Or you can get it at Nerdzoic, a.k.a. Big Nerdy's house. So, and they're beautiful. So I took a peek. It's going to be a fun fucking ride, John.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I think you're going to like it in hand. We got to make this cat litter thing happen, though. This little vehicle with and he just pours the sand, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he just puts the fire out.
Don't forget the sketch. We still need the sketch of flipping the cat shit out. And he also needs we throw the plastic bags from a grocery store. We use those to put the cat poop in when we scoop the litter boxes. So I want Flipboard to have a plastic bag in his backpack, but he's flipping the cat litter out of Catch's.
Oh, I love that.
And he's just like kneeling down, scooping it, and he's just so he just hates this shit.
Dude, I love that idea. I'm going to do that.
Well, by the way, this is the third time I've brought it up, and you've reacted the same as it's the first time you've heard it.
John, I listen to all your fucking ideas.
Well, but you don't hear me.
John, do you want to fucking get real right now at the end of the chat?
Yeah, I think that's kind of on brand, isn't it?
You're staying in my house for Comic-Con. Can you fucking relax?
Am I? I don't know.
Yes, you are.
Flying planes in 2025. Hi.
John, you also have to know I have severe ADD. Like, everybody loves to say they have ADD. Oh, I have ADD. I'm like diagnosed ADD. Like before it was cool. Look, I was like, you know,
we all have it a little bit. Okay. Like you went on his story earlier and I was like, fuck, get back in and listen. Cause I don't know what he's saying. You did that to me. Ace did it to you. And nobody does it like Geek Dad Life.
Oh, you think he has like severe?
Oh, he talks about it a lot, but yeah, he is definitely squirrel kind of brain.
Yeah, no, dude, you know who has squirrel brain is fucking Mega J. So, like every time I've done, and I love him, but every time I've done a live stream, I'll be like, I'll be talking to him, and he'll be like this, like, and I'll be like just talking, and he'll be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And he does that thing. He does like that old person thing where he is mouthing the words of the thing that he's talking. And I'm like, Jay, I know you're not in the pocket. You know what I mean? Like he constantly does that.
Yeah,
it drives me insane.
Yeah. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. You know what? Lee isn't wrong. Lee, I'm not even going to defend this. He goes, Nier has the memory of a fish with dementia. Yes, I have the worst memory ever. It's a problem.
I it's just nothing that has been in your ears has been worthy of retaining except for really great ideas like Jimmy Tatsu.
Well, okay, here's the thing. And I've said this before. It's like, if I remember the idea, it's probably a good idea. If I forgot it, it probably didn't deserve maybe to be remembered.
Yeah.
That goes because I'm a writer, and sometimes I don't write shit down, but I'll remember later. And I'm like, if I remember it, I'm like, oh, that probably was something fun and good and something that. But
Yeah.
yes, I have
my two favorite sketch ideas for Flip War. One is him using his scoop to flip cat shit. I added today putting the plastic bags in there. But the other one is him sitting at a toy swap or toy show with like the big grid of stuff to sell. And it's just a bunch of Funko Pops. And he's just sitting in a folding chair, just in the same pose as Leonardo when he's like waiting for Raphael to heal in the bathtub.
right.
But he's awake and he's just fucking depressed as shit because his life is flipping Funko Pops and nothing's selling or whatever.
Should that be the first image of Flipboard, like just sitting that way, like just like where's my life gone kind of thing?
Yeah. It's worthy of being a comic cover, and then you figure out what the story is of why that's the cover. But
I think that might be the first. I think that might have to be the first image, or that like the first time you. Well, there's in the comic that's not the first time you see him,
right.
But like that has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes in the part in the comic where you see how his life, the day to day of his life, like the drudges of being a flipper is you're sitting there like this. I mean, let's face it. Every time I go to Frankensons, it's like these, it's just people sitting. Just imagine that you just have to sit all day,
Yeah. So it's not exciting.
It's
So
not,
this could be like maybe that's the cover and it's before he gets his scoop. Maybe we definitely need a story of where he gets the scoop. Like what is the moment that shifts? Does he make it? Does he find it? Does he find it and it gives him energy, like some power or something? But before that, he's just a guy that works at, call it something else. It's not Frankensons, but it sounds like it. But he's just a guy that sits at a booth there and he's fucking depressed. He still has the loincloth and shit. Maybe.
Yeah, like I was thinking that he's not going to have like an origin story in this first comic. It'll be like a story, and then you can hint at the origin. And did I tell you I stole this idea from another idea he had, like I had about Flipboard's dad. Here's like a scoop. Let me here's a scoop of like Flipboard's dad. So Flipboard for Christmas got I'm just gonna make this the thing, but let's say he gets like a PS5, like for Christmas or something, and his dad got him like a PS5 because he always wanted one. All right, so he goes downstairs for Christmas. Hey, oh my God, Dad, you got me a PS5, and the dad is like, yeah, son, you said you wanted one, and this and that, and he's like, yes, he's like, but remember, we put this under the tree and we'll play it tomorrow. It's he just gave him a peek on Christmas Eve. Okay. So then the next night, Flipboard goes downstairs to play with his PS5. Little Flipboard, he's a little kid. And guess what? Everything was stolen. All of the gifts are gone. And Flipboard's dad is like, what the fuck? Somebody broke into our house and stole all the shit. And he's like, I'm sorry, son. And Flipboard's crying. He's like, oh my God. And he's like, next year, he's like, I'll get some more hours in the factory, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then later, Flipboard's dad goes out and he meets a guy, and you find out that Flipboard hired that guy to steal the shit so he can get credit for buying the PS5, but not for having to really commit to it. So Flipboard watches this whole transaction. So he's like, so he realizes that his dad is a huge scumbag that didn't care about him and just he was never going to get him a PS5. He just wanted to make it look like that. And then he hired a guy to steal it. So it's and that's where he learns to be a greedy That's where he's like the first seeds of like, I'm gonna be a greedy son of a bitch, just kind of like settle into his head.
Oh God, this is great.
That's a
Fuck.
scoop right there.
Poor little flip war.
Yeah. I didn't
Um,
pitch it. I didn't pitch it well, by the way.
it's
But
okay. You
yeah.
pitched it. I had ADD. It wasn't the story. It was my ADD. Ha ha ha. That's why I didn't listen. Ha ha ha. Story was great, I'm sure.
John, you know what? When you stay here, I'm gonna specifically turn the heat up. Or turn it or make it cold. Whatever you hate, I'm gonna adjust the temperature
Yeah.
just to make it uncomfortable for you.
All right, go for it. Since we clearly live in the same house?
Well, you're gonna stay here, right?
Oh, okay. I'm sure the
I do
environment
have
will handle
ADD.
the heat for us. Don't worry about
Oh, okay.
it. Super chat from Crispin said, "Photoshopped a picture of Jimmy Tatsu and tagged you guys on Instagram last week." Why does this
What? You
sound
did?
so familiar to me?
Wait, that sounds
Well, I
familiar.
can't look it up on the internet.
Yeah, look it up. Let's
Um,
share Crispin's Jimmy Tatsu. Sorry, man. I don't
it's
know.
not
I
easy
gotta
to see stuff you get tagged in. Honestly, I really don't like the way Instagram works.
Yeah, I hate because like I get a lot of like it's not a flex, but like DMs and tags, and now it's like it'll only show me like the first 10, and it's like fucked up. I don't know. Yeah,
And
flip
as
over
you can
Christopher.
imagine, people want to tag us on a lot of stuff. So, like things that often have no connection to us. The amount of
Right.
DMs I get of a reel, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch that.
I know,
Like,
dude. I'll get
I
somebody will
don't.
tag me on a reel that like it'll be like top 5 fails of the year, and like it has nothing to do with. Let me know if you see that Jimmy Tatsu or Crispin. I don't know. Can you re-tag it or resend? I don't know.
Yeah, do something because I'm seeing a lot of like tags and because you have to sort by tags and mentions. So I'm like, anytime I get mentioned, I do see some tags. I don't see that though. I see a lot of other stuff that I'm
Joey, what do
tagged.
you have zero connection to? I don't understand. Also, did you get the thing I sent you, Joey?
Yeah, I don't know. I've nothing.
Um, anyway, also, guys, John sent me this. I had to pay for it, of course, because John is fucking greedy.
Yeah,
But
but you only paid retail,
I
if
know. But
that. I
this,
think.
dude, this is a really nice figure, man. Big, 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 big
Yeah.
blob.
My only real gripes is the lack of yellow paint. Like some spots look really, really good, and in other sections they only got like one coat and needed like 3 or something. But hit the face sculpt and the tongue looks wet is it's so good.
Dude, I think I love it, man.
Yeah.
Hey. John, when you wake up, I'm gonna be like this over you. When you wake up, I'm gonna be hovering over you when you stay at my house, and I'm gonna be like this. Eh.
I'll be like, "Ah, just what I've been dreaming."
All right, enough of this nonsense. Um, any parting words?
I miss you. I miss
Do you
you.
say you miss me?
I miss you.
Any parting words for your mother? For your what is Mrs. Vulture? Miriam. Miriam, my name is Miriam
I
Vultureman,
I
and I'm here representing my son, Vulture Man, or as I like to call him, Harry Vultureman. He's a good boy, lives in Castle Plundar, and he's always getting beat up by the Thundercats. I don't like them. I don't like those boys. You can't be a cat and a thunder. What does that even mean? What's a Thundercat anyway?
It's a good question.
What is this with the lightning and the thunder? They don't understand. All right.